just restarted right there, so you should be good. Okay, hold on.
Test 1, 2, 3. Broadcasting live from Plainfield. All right, excellent. All right, thanks. All right, bye.
Because we were talking about the bail bondsman and stuff, so since it's for high school kids,
Let's give a big hand for all these players and cheerleaders, all of you, of the Plainfield Youth Appreciation Football Program. Thank you. Fans, at this time, the student leaders from Student Council, advancers, and senior leadership will have blue and yellow bags and red and yellow buckets to collect donations with all money going to the Scottish Swamp College Fund. They'll be also asking for donations after the first quarter before the second quarter. Thank you. At this time, will everyone please rise? Gentlemen, please remove your hats. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please, as we pause in support of one of our Plainfield football families. The SWAT name has long been synonymous with Plainfield football since Chuck Stays as head varsity coach to Brent Stays as quarterback of the Quakers and as a coach. These two PHS teachers suffered a tremendous loss Sunday when Brent lost his wife Mary after a courageous battle against cancer. This evening we've chosen to share in support of this family by wearing yellow, the color of the ribbon for bone cancer. We'd like to thank Danville for their spirit of kindness by joining in the effort. Those so inclined may make donations this evening to a college fund that will be started for Brent and Mary's 2-year-old son, Scotty. Please remember the Schwankop family at this time during our brief moment of silence. Thank you. Please remain standing as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Red Pride Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Mike Carpenter.
thinking about getting another piece, but I'm not sure this fire needs any log on it for it. It's a bummer. Stuff like that is done. It's not going to happen.
Thank you for listening to Plainfield Varsity Football, powered by AudioSportsOnline.com. This broadcast is brought to you by the Hendricks County Flyer, Roads in Kinley, LLP, Copy Co. Office Solutions, American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency Incorporated, Wicker Construction, Julia Berberich of Remax Centerstone, Niagara Bottling Company, Beacon Sign Company, 3 Pints Brew Pub, Carey Digital, Jimmy John's, Dugan Chevrolet, Dugan Sports Performance, and the Coachman Restaurant and Lounge, BMO Harris, and Payroll Department. I'm Jay Baker. I'm being joined here by the one, the only. We missed you the first week of our broadcast, the fabulous Ken Attila. And Ken, another great night of football here in Central Indiana. They have talked about that this is an unsung state for for high school football. You hail from Pennsylvania, where high school football was king, has been king for a number of years. Certainly Florida and Texas, but Indiana is coming on strong. You have to be impressed by some of the team size and athleticism that we've seen here at the high school level.
I certainly have over the last few years. And I think we were just talking beforehand that the Los Angeles area, the Dallas area, were ranked 1, 2, and number 3 was Indianapolis metropolitan area for the best talent in high school these days.
Well, we have
really
seen some great schools. And, you know, these suburban schools have benefited greatly by the fact that population bases increase monthly for Hendricks County. So Plainfield, a recipient of that. And you made the great observation that the offensive line for the Quakers is certainly college size. And if you compare it to the offensive line of the Steelers historically, they fare pretty well against some of those great Steelers teams of the 70s.
Yeah, they're bigger. The Plainfield High School offensive line is bigger than the Steelers Super Bowl teams of the 1970s.
Yeah,
that's something.
That's impressive. Well, that just shows you nutrition, training, it goes a long way. We have heard from the Plainfield coaching staff. They are especially excited about seeing their quarterback, Brady Nichols, who is a senior this year, and Brady certainly seems to have some very good chops moving forward. In fact, Mr. Nichols is joining the other captains at the center of the field, along with Bobby Jensen, 6'5", 245 pounds. Bobby is listed as a defensive and offensive lineman. So there is some speed and some skill in this team. Also out there is Josh Miller, a senior running back who has been the starter at tailback, and he has been impressive here early on for Plainfield. Part of the impression they got, they held their own with a scrimmage against Brownsburg, and we know how good Brownsburg has been.
Yeah, I believe they only gave up 1 touchdown during the scrimmage, and that was because they were afraid to hit their quarterback.
Yeah, well, in the scrimmage, you don't know what are the rules, and usually the quarterback is a bit protected. And, Ken, I think you're from the football school that says, maybe if you don't want to hit the quarterback, you should put the quarterback in a skirt.
That's right. They should be wearing tutus.
Tutus.
That's what Jack Lambert used to talk about all the time.
Well, we have a great game in store here tonight. A bit on the toasty side. Temperatures today in central Indiana got to the 90-degree mark. And we are going to be watching closely the overall health of these players. Now, with the great training staffs, I'm sure they've told all these guys, make sure you get plenty of liquids, make sure you're drinking your Gatorade. But tonight will be a test of some athleticism because the hot temperatures will affect both of these teams. We saw these guys play a year ago, the Danville Warriors. The Warriors are an intriguing team. It'll be interesting to see if they take that same approach this time as Russ Sumner, their coach, said no punts, no anything, we're just going to go for it. And it was 4th and whatever, and this is a team that would go for broke.
Yeah.
That initially, it looked like, boy, that's just not going to work.
Yeah, he tried 2-point plays instead of trying to kick the extra
Yeah,
point.
but they ended up coming within a whisker of beating Plainfield a year ago. So you have to certainly be careful about their go-for-broke attitude as we are getting ready to kick this one off.
They're overloaded on the top side, the left side. Look
Hendricks Regional Health, Motion 360 Field, the home of the Quakers. And the ball is a squib kick. It'll be covered up about the 46-yard line.
That was designed.
And that is where the Quakers will go to work on their very first offensive series.
It didn't quite go all the way to the top. I think they had about 8 guys on the top side of the kicker, and he just didn't get it in the right place, or they might have recovered that onside.
Well, a designed play, and I guess it never hurts to do a little experimentation as the Danville Warriors try.
He's a gambler, isn't he?
He is a gambler, as Plainfield will go to work, and under center is Brady Nichols. Nichols, play action.
Fly.
Has a man downfield and just overthrew Garrett Patton. Patton was open. And, boy, I'll tell you what, that ball was just within an inch or two of being in Patton's hands.
One more step. He overthrew him by just one step. That was a nice throw.
Brady Nichols with a good play-action fake on that one, and that sets up a 2nd down and 10 for the Quakers. They began this offensive series on their own 46-yard line due to the onside kick. Nichols now. Handoff up the middle. Fighting for some running room. Broke a couple of tackles en route to a nice gain. That was Jacob Maple. Maple is only a sophomore, and Maple gives them a 4-yard gain. They're going to spot the ball right at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, Danville has some huge guys on their defensive line. They're well over 250. Actually, some of them are over 280.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. Well, as you said, they're the big uglies, and we'll see how they hold up on this warm evening as it is now 3rd down and 6 for the Quakers. Nichols back to pass. Once again, wide open receiver, hit him, and he is going to score. Just like that, overran the secondary. Garrett Patton.
He's their speedster. That was a nice fly pattern down the inside the seam.
Garrett Patton outran the secondary coverage. And, boy, you would have to say, and, these are high school kids, Ken, but that was certainly a blown assignment. You cannot let Garrett Patton get past you, but that's exactly what they did, and Plainfield draws first blood.
Yeah, he faked to the running play. That froze the cornerback. That's all that Patton needed. He got 2 steps on him, and he was going away by the time he got there into the end zone.
So just like that, Garrett Patton puts the first 6 points on the board for the Quakers. The conversion is good, and the Quakers go up with 11:07 left to play here in the first quarter. They go up by 7-0. Established in 1882 as Harris Bank and owned by BMO Financial Group since 1984, BMO Harris Bank has grown to become one of the largest banks in the Midwest, serving personal, commercial, and affluent customers. They're located in Plainfield at 2609 East Main. For more information, give them a call, 839-3501.
Plainfield is here in the shade. Danville is directly in the sun. The sun's shining right on them. There's a difference. It has to be a difference of 10 degrees right now.
Absolutely.
Between the two teams.
It is a warm
Home
evening.
field advantage.
Yeah, warm evening. And as you said, these stadiums are designed to give the advantage to the home field. You probably have read about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a similar situation. In fact, the Buccaneers play their home games in white jerseys for much that same reason. The ball is kicked down to about the 1-yard line.
Good coverage.
Down to the 10, and outstanding coverage as Garrett Patton on special teams play goes down and upends the Danville Warrior runner, and they will be spotted all the way down. I believe they're going to spot that at the 10-yard line, Ken. Yes, that is on the 10, and Garrett Patton showing his amazing skill set on both sides of the ball.
He outran the ball.
Let me score a touchdown, and let me go down on special teams coverage. And the Warriors will begin their first offensive series deep in their own territory on the 10-yard line. Interesting backfield alignment. 2 backs, shotgun, delayed handoff up the middle.
Good run.
Get some good running room. On the carry was Autry Pickens. We've seen Autry before. Autry's a senior this year, 5'9", 186 pounds. And Autry Pickens is a great high school runner. The belly play, quarterback keeper, out past the 20-yard line, close to a first down.
And they're not huddling. They're going to try to wear out Plainfield.
Ben Jones is their quarterback. And Jones gets a first down using his feet. The man in motion, belly play, once again got sniffed out by the Quakers. Make that Logan Knotts is their quarterback, and it is tough sometimes to trace the quarterback situation for the Danville Warriors, as they will use just about any one of their running backs as a quarterback. So make that Logan Knotts. Knotts on the quarterback keeper, gets a little bit past the 20-yard line, and that will bring up a third down now. As the Quaker defense now is adjusting, as you said, to this up-tempo Danville Warrior game.
They can't rest. They're going to have to play a basic defense here.
And it is a hot night to run the fast one on you. So, once again,
pass.
It's a pass this time over the middle, and it's intercepted. The Quakers intercept.
Michael Conley.
A great play there from Michael Conley, the senior linebacker. They threw it straight to Conley. It was almost like it was designed to go to Conley. Conley said, "Thanks for the gift." And
dropped back in the zone. And,
and once again, you got to say, does using a platoon of halfbacks work? But, man, the Danville Warriors will certainly, push the limits here of what you'll see in a high school game as the Quakers now go back to work on their opponent 22-yard line. The pitch, and he'll be dropped in the backfield. That was Jacob Maple. Maple tried to take the pitch, run that one off left tackle.
Yeah,
he'll end up losing a couple yards on the play as they drop him back at the 25-yard line.
I remember this kid, Austin Scammerhorn, from last year, the linebacker that made the tackle.
Well, as you said, they have some size, but now they've got the speed team in. Look at the smaller front four. So they're going to use speed here against the Quakers, as the Quakers are very close to the Warrior red zone.
Dropping their linebackers back.
Brady Nichols puts a man in motion. Handoff up the middle. A good run as he surges forward, bounces off a tackler, gets back pretty close to the original line of scrimmage. Once again, that was Jacob Maple.
He's a tough kid, that Maple kid.
Yeah, Maple is a tough guy, 6'1", 168 pounds. So tall, but very but lean and tough.
Got his mouth guard knocked out.
That will bring up a third down and 10 as a platoon in the play. Coming in the game is James Mayberry, the senior running back. Garrett Patton, who scored earlier on a touchdown pass, lines up wide left as they go back in the shotgun here for 3rd and 10. Back to pass.
Coverage.
He's got open. Time. Garrett Patton.
Got it.
Unbelievable. Garrett Patton outfought the defensive back, and Garrett Patton just puts another touchdown pass on the board. Touchdown pass, Garrett Patton, and just like that, the Quakers are up by 2 quick scores here. Ken, that was an impressive display of physicality there from Garrett Patton, who had the presence of mind to push off from that defensive back.
He's a dude. We're going to give him a big Lebowski for tonight.
He is a big Lebowski tonight. Extra point is good, and the Quakers, with 8:14 left to play here in the first quarter, lead by a score of 14-0. Rhodes and Nicely LLP are CPAs and financial advisors. In business since 1990, they handle individual and business tax and accounting work. Located at 8315 West 10th Street in Indianapolis, you can call 271-1040 to set up an appointment. That's 271-1040. Two quick scores, Ken. You have to be impressed, actually more than impressed, with Plainfield's poise here on offense.
Well, the quarterback's putting the ball right to the receiver, and the receiver's making good plays. They're going to have to start doubling that.
Garrett Patton, 5'10", 180 pounds, and he has been a one-man highlight reel here tonight for the Quakers. By the way, it must be middle school cheerleader night tonight, Ken. We've got about 75 girls. They look like they're a little hot tonight, but 75 cheerleaders cheering on the Red Pride here tonight as the kickoff will go into the end zone, touchback, and the Warriors will start their next offensive series on their own 20. I guess that's good news. If it does go in the end zone, you can start 10 yards up before further on than you did with your first offensive set.
Yeah, because number 17 would have gone down there and tackled him inside the 5 this
Garrett Patton, who's
he's a
I'm hoping they're giving him some Gatorade on the sideline, keep him in the ballgame because he is outstanding. Now the Quakers set up defensively, and as you said, some nice size on that front four for the Red Pride. We'll see if the Danville Warriors go fast again, and we'll also see who's at quarterback because they are known to platoon, and that's exactly what they're doing. It's a Christian Schlabel, and Christian is a freshman. Christian's back to pass on his first offensive series. Tip ball, and that baby was almost intercepted. Good heads-up play there from Chris Clark, who came up from his cornerback position on the tip pass and almost intercepted the Warriors again.
That was a good tip, though, by the
Absolutely.
the linebacker.
Christian Schlabel is the quarterback, a freshman. He's back, and they're going to sack him. He got the ball off. It was a handoff, and we missed the improvised belly play as the Danville Warriors end up picking up good yardage there with Autry Pickens, and in fact, that should be a first down, and it will be. I think they're going to spot the ball about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that was sleight of hand. We were both fooled on that one.
Yeah, so some good sleight of hand there from Christian Schlabel, handing off to Autry Pickens, and Schlabel once again goes back in the shotgun, takes a snap, hands it off once again to Pickens. Little razzle-dazzle on that play as a couple of defenders went back to tackle Schlabel, but Pickens already found some running room around left end, and Pickens picks up 5 yards.
Well, they've got big guys on their offensive line for Danville, and they're opening holes. Plus, he's freezing the linebackers with how well he's faking, the handoff.
Shotgun on 2nd and 15, the delayed handoff to Pickens. This time it got sniffed out. Plainfield in there quickly as Hunter Smith, the senior linebacker, dropped him for a 1-yard gain. We'll bring up a third down now. And 4. It'll be interesting to see if they go for it on 4th down. They haven't had great field position. They're out past their own 41-yard line. The belly play, once again, Autry Pickens. He'll be about 2 yards shy of a first down on that third down carry. That was Michael Conley again on the tackle, the senior. And Conley has good size in there. Conley.
Oh, they're lining up for it.
Conley listed at 6'3", 225. And they go for it on 4th down. Handoff to Pickens. Pickens picks up a first down, gets the ball up the field for 7 yards. They'll spot it about the Warrior 43-yard line. 47-yard line. 48-yard line. There we go. I'm confusing myself now. They're close to midfield. 48-yard line, 1st and 10. They go back to the familiar shotgun.
They haven't huddled once.
Delayed handoff once again, and he went nowhere. Ran into a sea of red jerseys. One of the first players on the scene was Luke Miller, the linebacker for Plainfield. drops him for no gain. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10 here. Christian Schabel, he's listed as a freshman in at quarterback for the Warriors. Play action pass. Gets the ball downfield and threw it to nobody. Nobody was really on the pattern there, and there was nobody on the Plainfield side of the ball.
He was well coached. He threw it away. Nobody was open. He threw it away. So nobody could get it.
So that brings up a 3rd down and 10 now. The ball just a whisker inside the 48-yard line of the Warriors. 2 running backs in the backfield. Shotgun formation. The handoff up the middle, eludes tacklers, but not before he got upended, and I think they're going to call him for a face mask. That was Grayson Goodbar that finally stopped the run there from...
Yeah, and he did need to do that. I think it was inadvertent. He came in high, and the running back went down low, and he just tried to grab him. And
Autry Pickens on the carry, and he did get the face mask. So they drop Pickens, but the 15-yard mark-off now will give them a 1st and 10 inside Plainfield territory. They're going to be at the Plainfield 38-yard line. So another set of downs following the face mask penalty.
Okay, we know that.
Full house right. Yeah, and they're repositioning themselves. Obviously, that would have resulted in a penalty, but that all happened pre-whistle. Once again, handoff up the middle. Pickens. Bulls ahead for a gain of about 2 or 3 before he gets upended. And he's running right into the strength of that Plainfield defense.
Yeah, but Danville has some really tough interior linemen. So they are punching holes. You keep punching a wall enough,
it'll crack
That's
it.
what
Yeah,
they want to do.
Justin Massey on the tackle. Once again, Schabel goes into the shotgun. Ball just outside the 35-yard line. A pass. Once again, intercepted. Intercepted by the Quakers. Still on his feet at the 50, the 40, the 30. He's going to go all the way on an interception. A tremendous interception on that play by Josh Miller. Josh Miller, who's a defensive back as well as a running back, one of the team captains. And Josh Miller shows some leadership with the pick 6. And just like that, the Quakers score 3 times here in the first quarter.
He ran that, about 70-some yards. And I bet you he covered that in less than 10 seconds.
Yeah, that was a very nice return there from Josh Miller.
He's really moving.
And once again, the Quaker place kicker gets pressed into service and missed it just off to the right.
Oh, they did. They blocked it a little bit.
So it is now 20-0, 5:24 left to go here in the first period. CopyCo Office Solutions is a local Xerox dealership. We sell and service copiers and printers and provide a wide variety of technology solutions. Providing and supporting all your business technology needs, CopyCo is located at 2920 Fortune Circle West, Suite C. Call 241-5800 or stop by Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Ken, your thoughts about Plainfield here in the first quarter. We were told this was an impressive football team, and they certainly have shown that on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, they've taken advantage of some mistakes by the Danville team. That was a very poorly thrown pass by the freshman or sophomore.
Well, I think that's been part of the problem with the fact that the Danville Warriors oftentimes will use 3 or 4 different quarterbacks. It really doesn't enable a quarterback to get in rhythm with their regular receivers. And it's quarterback by committee, and sometimes it's successful, and then, boy, when it goes wrong quick. And as you said, the speedster, Josh Miller, able to return. Now, it's one thing to get intercepted. It's quite another to give up the touchdown following the interception. It just shows that's the punishment part of that play, isn't it?
Yeah, when you get a pick 6 like that, that really helps your defense, because they're going to go back on defense again. And I think that's going to make Danville probably go back to their running game, even though they're down by 3 scores. I would imagine that they've had some success. Even 4th down, they They got 7 yards on 4th down.
A great
Running.
kickoff there from Morgan Hagee. Hagee is a junior, and he really put his foot into it, and on a just a tiny bit of a tailwind there, put the ball out of the back of the end zone. And once again, the Danville Warriors will commence on their own 20-yard line. Danville, following the face mask penalty, had driven all the way down to the Red Pride 35-yard line, but came up with nothing after that, Ken.
Yeah, that's got to be demoralizing to that team because they had a pretty good drive from the 20 to the 35. Can't tell who the quarterback is. Is that the same kid?
No, back in the game on the keeper is number 15. That is Logan Knotts.
Oh.
So we're back to Logan Knotts. Logan Knotts on the design keeper. And Logan gives him some decent yardage on first down, gain of about 8. They'll set the ball up about the 38-yard line. Logan Knotts back in the shotgun. The handoff up the middle, and boy, some great defensive pressure there. That was Braxton Hudson, the sophomore. And Braxton dropped Autry Pickens for no gain. They'll spot the ball right at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, they're not going to rush the passer, those 4th down lines.
Actually, that should be a first down. There we go.
They're going to control that line of scrimmage if they can.
Watching the chain gang, I'm confusing myself, but that was enough for a first down.
No.
They should be moving the chains. The ball started on the 20.
Okay.
See, the Zebras are going, would you move? Now, it's a hot night tonight, so I don't expect the chain gang to set any Olympic records. But, yeah, that is a first down.
It took them forever to move the chains, didn't it?
Yeah, and Logan Knotts goes back. Shotgun formation, 2 backs with him. The handoff to Pickens. Pickens tries to find some running room on the left-hand side and got stacked up. A lot of red jerseys down there and no blocks at the point of attack. And Pickens, I think, is only going to gain a couple of yards there. It was even hard to see who made the tackle with so many red jerseys there. But good pursuit by the Quakers.
He ran 20 yards to pick up 2.
2nd and 2. Or make that 2nd and 8. The handoff once again to Pickens. And Pickens runs right into the arms of Bryce Biddle. Bryce is a freshman. And Biddle drops him in his tracks.
Roger Roy, also a sophomore, was in there. He's got a brother named Kyle who's a senior. They're both 6'1", 275. The Roy brothers.
They've got some size. Autry Pickens on the fake. And upended was Logan Knotts after no gain there. On the tackle was Luke Miller. And that will bring up that 4th down that we always wonder about. On 4th and 10, are they going to go for it or are they going to punt? I know that Logan Knotts is capable of punting. He's in a long... Okay, it is a punt formation. So Logan Knotts will kick it for the Warriors. Not a particularly good punt. It's going to come to ground around the 42. Scooped up, and this one could go all the way.
Whoa.
Once again, the usual suspects. Josh Miller scooped that up and ended up with about a 28-yard punt return, and it will set the Quakers up in business on the Danville 30-yard line. How about that?
You know, early in the game, the 17, Garrett Patton, I thought was pretty doggone fast. This kid, number 14, Josh Miller, he's the quickest kid on the field right now. And he's basically playing safety.
The I formation, smash mouth formation that I love to see Plainfield run. And they get it. They pitch the ball back to Jacob Maple.
Good run.
Maple with a good run. Picks up about 4. Make that a 3-yard gain. They're going to spot the ball at the 27-yard line of the Warriors.
And even though they huddle up, they don't take a lot of time in the huddle.
No, they're
pretty
quick execution. Brady Nichols brings him up to the line, that familiar I formation. He's got 2 wideouts branched wide to the right. The handoff, once again up the middle, finding some running room. It's about a yard or 2 shy of the first down. Once again, that is Jacob Maple on the carry. They're going to put Maple down to about the 21-yard line.
We'll see. There's a flag.
Now they're calling illegal shift on the Quakers. So it'll be decision time here for the Warriors as the ref explains their options to them. The run by Maple set up a 3rd and long 1, and they're going to decline that penalty.
I want to see the tight end, this Gabe Burkhart. He's 6'4", 230.
No, they're going to take
Plainfield.
the penalty.
I want to see Burkhart
these
get the
zebras,
ball.
a little interesting. There's not good communication. So
Yeah.
they do take the penalty. That will reset up now 2nd down, 2nd and 12. The Quakers are at the 32-yard line of the Warriors. The handoff once again. Maple with some running room. Cuts back down to the 20, the 10, and Maple will score. Maple on the ground, 32-yard touchdown carry. And Jacob Maple puts more points on the board for the Red Pride.
This is starting to be a rout. I'd mentioned Burkhart, number 10, the tight end. He made a wonderful block on that play for Maple to spring loose.
Yeah, Jacob Maple had the presence of mind to do a nice cut following the great block, and it was pretty much a lot of daylight between him and the end zone, took advantage of it and put points on the board. Okay, they're going to whistle the point after dead. Apparently there was a dead ball foul.
Too many men on the field? Is that what they're
Possibly. They're indicating that the penalty is against the Warriors. So let's see what the Quakers do here. I think they're going to opt to go ahead and kick it again. They'll decline the penalty. All it would do would be to move them about a yard closer. Hagee will attempt to put another point on the board. And another penalty.
Offsides this time.
Unfortunately, the holder had some trouble getting the ball on the ground, but Hagee's going to get another chance to kick here because it's another penalty.
Why don't they just allow him to... He kicked the ball through the uprights, give him the extra point, decline the penalty. What's going on here?
Well,
there should be continuation on these plays.
That's why they have laws, Ken.
I'm against it.
The kick is up, and finally it is good. So
they threw another flag.
Now they threw a flag afterwards. I wonder if there was an unsportsmanlike. I'm gonna guess they're going to call the Warriors on unsportsmanlike conduct. There was a little extracurricular activity from Sam Stiers, a sophomore, and I think he launched himself at the Quaker holder after the extra point. And the Quakers are up. How about this? We still have time left. 2:36 left in the first period, and the Quakers are up 27-0. Avon Dental Center has provided custom-made mouthguards to the football program for the second consecutive year, celebrating their 20th year in business. They're located at 7517 Beechwood Center Road, Suite 100 in Avon, and can be reached at 272-8100. Well, as you said, Ken, either this is just not Danville's night or Plainfield is Del Fuego, because the net result is the Quakers are up by a score of 27-0. Danville is still looking for the license plate number of the truck that hit them.
No, I think they're going to change the name of Plainfield to Tierra del Fuego.
Yeah, they are.
They
really
well.
Something tonight. And as you said, this is just a team that came in here prepped, ready to go. I think they had Danville's number all the way around. And Danville, I think they've had some good offensive ideas, but boy, tonight it has been a misfire of the 10th degree.
Yeah, every time that it looks like their running attack is just going to be pretty solid, then they go back to pass and throw an interception. So Danville's play calling selection isn't very good, and their execution is even worse.
Yeah, that's an indictment on the program at that point. Hagee will go to work, put his foot into the ball, and this time they try the onside kick and almost got it. It went in and out of the hands of a Plainfield player. That was Garrett Patton once again. They used Garrett Patton's speed. Garrett could not collect the ball, and the Warriors will go to work on their own 38-yard line. But that was
that's rubbing salt in the wound.
Boy,
when you
that would have been something.
When you do an onside kick and you're up by 27 points, Ooh.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, though, it's been done to them. So it's like do unto others.
Not when it was 27.
No, it was not 27-0. You're correct about that.
In the old days, at halftime, the coach would come out and have a duel with the other coach at midfield.
You know, it's a shame that dueling has gone out of favor, isn't it?
Well, it sort of thins the herd a little bit.
It does, doesn't it? We go back to work. They are going to leave Logan Knotts in at quarterback. Logan hands off, and, boy, that play went nowhere fast. Right into the arms of Justin Massey, the big senior, 5'11", 265. He sniffed that play out, dropped Autry Pickens for about 1.5 yard loss. That'll bring up a 2nd and long 11. As Logan Knotts goes back into that familiar pistol formation with one back in the backfield. Puts a man in motion. The handoff once again to Pickens. Pickens gets some running room.
Yeah,
they'll upend him at about the 45-yard line. The tackle was made by Hunter Smith.
You know, when you look at it, actually, these kids for Danville, this is a young team.
Oh, yeah.
They're playing a lot of sophomores.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 4. The ball spotted right at the 45-yard line. Pickens once again with the ball, and Pickens is going to fall forward to the 50-yard line. He got upended on the play by Evan Schneider, but I believe Autry Pickens just gave the Warriors a first down, and indeed it is.
I like the way he runs. He gets yards after, contact. Yak.
Yeah.
And, he spins.
We've talked about that. We've seen Autry Pickens now for a couple of years, and he is a tough customer in the running department, one of the few bright notes for the Warriors tonight. Quarterback keeper up the middle, and Logan Knotts gives him a significant gain up the middle. He's going to be in Quaker territory. They'll spot the ball on the 42-yard line, and that will be a 2nd down and 2.
Nice run. Right off tackle.
Pickens with the ball, gets some running room. Left side and picks up a first down. They're going to spot the ball inside the 35-yard line. A flag on the play, and it looks like it will be going back as a hold or a possible block in the back. Holding is the call. And the Warriors, the Autry Pickens first down carry will come back.
Well, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Well, this is one of their more successful drives.
Yeah.
Prior to the interception they threw earlier in the quarter, they had driven down to the Red Pride 35-yard line. That gain was close to that location, but now they're back in their own territory, and it sets up 2nd down and 12 for the Warriors. The handoff to Pickens, and they basically handed it off to him after there were several Warrior or make that Quaker jerseys in the backfield. Evan Schneider, we'll give him the official credit, but that was tackled by committee. As by the time they gave the ball to Autry Pickens, there was a whole lot of company from the other team in the backfield with him. That'll set up a 3rd down now and 10. The quarterback keeper around left end tries to find some running room and picks up only a gain of about 2 or 3.
Yeah, 4th down now.
And good tackle, good open field tackle there from Caleb Stinson. As we are, under the 20-second mark, and that might be the final play of the first quarter. And it looks like they may get one more off here as they go for 4th down.
Throw a Hail Mary.
They didn't get the play off. Did not get the play off in time.
No,
That'll be the end of the – no. They're
timeout.
Now somebody called a timeout.
Plainfield called timeout.
Yeah, apparently they didn't like Plainfield's defensive set. So Plainfield takes a timeout. On 4th down, Ken, and about 7 is the setup here. The ball is located on the Quaker 47-yard line.
Throw it up for grabs.
9.7 seconds left to play here in the first quarter, and the Warriors find themselves down 27-0. This is a go-for-broke team, and they're being given some go-for-broke situations here, down 4 touchdowns.
This is you need a miracle to score here, but miracles do happen in pro football.
Oh, absolutely. And it's never over until they bring that lady in from the opera.
Well, Alabama, as I recall, in the old days, used to run the old hook and ladder. Do you remember that?
I sure do.
Wouldn't that be a nice play to call right now?
I like the hook and ladder. We will see here as the final play of the first quarter unfolds as they go for it on 4th and 7. The play-action pass. They throw it, and they have a wide-open receiver up the left-hand sideline. That was Tanner Hubbard. They could not get the ball to him, and that was a turnover on downs with 4.9 seconds left, so that I will correct myself. That was not the final play.
No, but a better throw.
Of the first quarter.
A better throw. He catches it. He's either in the end zone or he could have stepped out, and
but that
saved
was
some time. But he missed him. He threw
the
the ball out of
proverbial
bounds.
game of inches as they overthrew, and another turnover on downs.
Now, what do you think? Do you think it'll be a kneel down, or do you think they're going to go?
Oh, no, they're going to.
Hail
This is
Mary?
like regular 1st and 10. This is not the end of the half. This is the end of the quarter. So they'll just run a conventional play here for Plainfield. Plainfield, handoff once again, Jacob Maple. Maple with some good running room. Maple just past the first down stick, takes a trail of white jerseys with him, and Jacob Maple running with some authority here tonight. First down carry. And that's the end of the first quarter.
Oh, God, it feels like it's
It does.
time
It
to
feels like we've been here all week. For more than 2 decades, Wicker Construction has engaged in building custom homes, remodeling, insurance repair, and handyman services, while exceeding client expectations and delivering projects with professionalism and integrity. Wicker Construction works closely with you, the client, to understand your lifestyle and construction needs. Their services include insurance repairs, restoration, hailstorm, and weather-related repairs, remodeling services, and new home construction. Ken, I bet you they could fix that floor in your bathroom. For more information, call Wicker Construction at 839-8353.
Wicked Construction?
Wicker Construction.
Oh, Wicker Construction.
Wicker Construction. And American Family Insurance. Stop by and visit American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency at 704 North Carr Road in Plainfield. You can reach him at 839-9445. Stop in Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 to discuss your insurance needs. Now, I think the Warriors here might need some insurance on their offense, as they now are looking at a 27-0 deficit going into the first quarter, or the second period here.
Yeah, I kept thinking that's the end of the first half.
No, I'm with you. I mean, there's been so much scoring.
Yeah, 27-0 for one quarter.
A very animated home crowd here tonight on a hot evening, as every seat taken up here on the Plainfield side.
And we said beforehand that we thought people would get cramps. Nobody has suffered any cramps except me. I'm the only one who had a brain cramp.
I've had a series of brain cramps.
When I lost track of the quarter.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Don't worry about it. Brady Nichols brings him up. I formation once again. It's been very effective for the Red Pride. 1st and 10 to begin this second period. Nichols back to pass. Has a wide open receiver. And just like that, they're down 1st and goal inside the 2-yard line. That was James Mayberry, the senior, 5'9", 145 pounds, deceptively fast. He's one of those guys, doesn't look like he's motoring up the sidelines, but man, oh man, puts them inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal for your Red Pride.
I loved the way Mayberry caught that ball. He watched the ball go into his hands.
It was textbook.
And he cradled it. It was beautiful. It was
Absolutely
a nice catch.
A beautiful catch. The handoff to the fullback as he barrels forward. Ken, we love to see that short yardage back being used in this situation. That is Drew Thomas. Drew Thomas, a senior, 5'11", 220. Burrows his head down. He's listed as a fullback as well as a linebacker. Gets the ball down to the 5-yard line, where it will now be 2nd and goal from the 5 for the Quakers.
Now they're going to play smash mouth football, I would think. I don't think they're going to put the ball up.
Brady Nichols brings him up. Familiar I formation. Nichols, the pitch. The pitch it's on the ground. The ball is loose. Let's see who gets it. The pitch was back to Josh Miller, the speedster, and unfortunately Miller could not find the handle on that ball. Miller coughed the fumble up. He is not happy with himself. And unfortunately, the fumble puts the ball back in the Warriors' hands.
Yeah, but they're pretty deep. It's
Boy, a rare misstep for the Red Pride here tonight as the Quakers were going down to score. And they'll go back on defense. First and 10, and they'll spot the ball right at the 5-yard line.
Your hands are sweating in weather like this. The pitch is pretty dangerous.
So Danville begins on their own 5-yard line. The handoff up the middle. It manages to move the stack forward about 2 or 3 feet. In on the tackle was Hunter Smith.
Those big linemen for Danville are standing up. They have their hands on their hips. They're getting very tired.
They are very tired. As Logan Knotts in at quarterback. Logan Knotts hands off. And boy, you talk about hitting a red wall there. There were 3 Quakers waiting for him, including Josh Miller, the senior. Little or no gain. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, they're winning the battle right there in the middle.
Logan Knotts in the pistol formation on 3rd and 10. They're at their own 5-yard line. Drops the ball, picks it back up. Now he's going to keep it, runs up the middle, has some running room.
Run.
He's got enough to pick up a 1st down before he got tackled there by Hunter Smith, but not before Logan Knotts was able to give the Danville Warriors a 1st down.
He's got some quicks.
They're going to spot the ball at the 20-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Danville. Delayed handoff once again. Autry Pickens. Pickens gets some running room. Pickens could go all the way to the 50, the 40. He's going to finally be hauled down from behind. Autry Pickens ran out of steam. He got caught from behind. It was a great open field catch and tackle from Chris Clark. But Autry Pickens, if this had been about a 10-degree cooler night, would have been gone on that run.
Moving. He had you all on his speed dial. He was moving.
He had the speed dial going. Unfortunately, just too much room between him and the end zone. Autry Pickens motors forward, though, and gives him a 1st down at the Quaker 24-yard line, the most promising drive so far of the Warriors.
Yeah, they don't have to have a passing attack with running like this.
Logan Knotts, quarterback keeper, surges forward. He's going to get the ball down to the 20-yard line, a gain of about 5. Several Quakers in on the tackle, including Hunter Smith. Bring up a 3rd and 7. Make that a 2nd down. The handoff to Autry Pickens, and oh man, got stacked up.
There's something smart. Look at that. All the Danville linemen and linebackers being interchanged right now.
Yeah, they are starting to platoon.
That's smart.
Their big players.
That's smart.
That was Nick Rowan, by the way. Nick Rowan
big.
had he had infiltrated the backfield. As the snap goes over their head, he's still got, and it's still loose. And let's just see who picks it up. It went over Logan Knotts' head, and I think the Quakers have
They do.
And the Quakers did get it. So you talk about success, and then you talk about some failure for the Danville Warriors, who fumbled the ball after an errant snap to Logan Knotts.
That was the longest pass of the day for them, and it went backwards by the center.
Unfortunately, it went backwards, and he was not able to get the ball securely. Goes back to the Quakers, and the Quakers are back in business here.
They're just killing themselves. It's almost like they're Plaxico Burris. Remember him? He'd
Oh,
shoot
yes.
himself in the foot all the time.
All the time or just once?
Well, once was enough.
That was apparently enough.
Put him in jail.
So the Quakers on their own 38-yard line. Jacob Maple, one of the rare times that he was held for just a few yards, but does get the ball out past the 40. He'll pick up about 4 yards on that carry.
Boy, they're just in control. They really are. Up 71's got a little ankle injury coming out right now. Bobby Jensen, is that his name? Yeah. 6'5", 245.
Unfortunately, Bobby Jensen hurt his ankle going off the field slowly. He's a senior. And Jensen is one of the He's one of the captains, and this could be a cramp as he goes to his knee.
I hope it's a cramp. I hope it's not a tendon, ligament type injury. Let's see if they get him right to the Gatorade. He's limping, though.
Yeah, Jensen is limping off the field.
And he's going to the Gatorade. Good.
This will bring up a second down and 7. Ball spotted on the 41-yard line. Brady Nichols, after the injury timeout, brings the play in. Sets up in the I formation, 2 wideouts.
They're going to pass.
They are the big red machine here tonight, and they are indicating an illegal procedure call. Did somebody line up wrong?
Against Danville.
Now they're saying offside against Danville.
Yeah, they have all the penalties.
When it rains, it pours for the Danville Warriors. So brings up a second down and 2. The ball will be at the 46-yard line for the Quakers. Brady Nichols now with a slightly better situation here. I formation, Nichols under center. Back
Mayberry.
to pass. He's got a couple open receivers. Dumps it off to Maple. Maple down to the 40. He's got blockers in front of him. Maple all the way down to the 32-yard line, and another flag thrown, possibly a clip downfield, as Maple made great use of that dump-off pass.
Hold.
And now they're saying holding. So Maple had gotten the ball all the way down to the Warrior 32-yard line. I just heard a fan go, "Oh, God." So the fan's obviously not very happy about this, as part of Maple's run after catch will go for naught. They're going to mark that off right at the 45-yard line. So unfortunately, that's going to nullify most of that play.
They will take back the yak.
That will destroy the yak. They're very close to the original line of scrimmage. In fact, they must have picked up right about 16 yards, because it's going to drop them back down. It'll be second down and a long 3 now. The ball is spotted at the Quaker 45-yard line.
That's makeable, isn't it?
So Brady Nichols goes to work. I formation. Hand off to Jacob Maple. Maple bounces it out. Maple with some running room, and Maple will give him a first down inside Warrior territory. They're going to spot the ball down about the 48-yard line. A great move by Maple to get outside. 1st and 10, Quakers.
Well, they look like Alabama, and they're rolling like Alabama. It's just
they are. They're hitting on all cylinders here tonight.
Roll Red Pride.
Roll Red Pride.
They are rolling. They look good. Nice offense.
8:03 left to play here in the first half. Nichols back to pass. Straight up pass once again. Mayberry. Wide open. Great catch. And as you pointed out, James Mayberry with just some great technique. Mayberry gives him a first down inside the 30-yard line. And these guys are getting open, and the catches are highlight reel worthy.
Yeah, he wasn't wide open. He maybe had a step. That cornerback was closer. If he would have thrown it on the inside shoulder, could have been a pick. So it was a nice throw and a great catch. I really like the way
James Mayberry is really doing a great job here tonight. Gives the Red Pride 1st and 10 just inside the 30-yard line of the Warriors.
Patton's up there now.
Nichols goes back to work. I formation. Handoff to Maple. Maple getting most of the carries here tonight. And there was a great block down the field.
Patton just
it was Garrett Patton
slaughtered the safety.
Who made a safety pay for, I think the safety was looking at butterflies, and Garrett Patton said, we're playing football here tonight, boys.
Patton watched a little bit of Hines Ward, I think.
I think you're right.
It was a Hines Ward kind of block.
Should set up about a second down and 6. The ball is located at the 25-yard line of the Warriors. Back to pass once again.
He's
wide open. Couldn't get it to him, though. Garrett Patton was wide open, and like you said about throwing it to the left shoulder or right shoulder, just threw it to the wrong shoulder, but Garrett Patton was wide open.
Tight end, number 10, wide open in the middle, because Patton brought the safety over to the top, and that number 10, that tight end, was just super
We talked about that,
open.
Gabe Burkhart.
Yeah.
Gabe Burkhart, an inviting target at 6'4", 230, a collegiate-sized tight end, and they haven't gone to him yet. But as you said, they may be setting that up here
He's a
as
good
that brings up
blocker.
now a 3rd down and 6
Now he's playing wing back. You see that?
for Nichols. Yes, he is.
Number 10.
Nichols.
He's blocking.
Hands off. And Maple finds some running room. Maple first down and more. Maple's going to stay on his feet, and Maple is going to score.
And look who's
Jacob
behind him.
Maple once again with a 26-yard touchdown.
And he got escorted by Burkhart to the end zone.
26-yard touchdown run from Jacob Maple.
No, they're calling it back. It's a hold. They got a hold.
Now they're saying hold.
Yeah.
I'd take
These
it
guys
all.
are in rare form, these Zebras, tonight, aren't they?
I wrote down 26-yard touchdown run.
You
I got to erase it now.
Yeah, I got an eraser.
You got an eraser.
I have an eraser.
With the way they're scoring tonight, I never dreamt we'd need an eraser, but apparently that does erase it as a couple of key penalties now. If nothing else, it's tired up this Danville defense, which doesn't need any more tiring here tonight. And as you said, Plainfield has enough depth and enough of a lead. They're able to platoon in some key offensive linemen here, and this is what is keeping the Quakers alive on this drive as it sets up now a 3rd and very long, 19 yards to go. The ball spotted back on the 38-yard line. Shotgun formation.
Gonna be a pass.
3 wideouts. Over the middle. Did he get it to Burkhart? He
Yes,
did.
finally.
We
He
talked
threw.
about Gabe Burkhart, a big
play.
target, 6'4", 230. Burkhart complete, just shy of the first down. They're going to spot the ball at the 22-yard line.
That's a big-time play by the quarterback, too. He threw it in between 2 defenders.
Yeah, he threw it into very tight coverage
Right
there.
on the seam. It was right in the zone.
And that will bring up a 4th down and about 4th and 4.
No, they're not going to kick. That's
Brady Nichols stays in the game, so at 4th and 4, they're going to go ahead and go for it as they're using up clock here. 6:09 left to play here in the first half. So Nichols now, as the Quakers go for it on 4th down. Nichols, the pitch. Maple, once again, has some running room, and Maple, elusive, stays on his feet.
Just made it.
Maple gets him down to about the 5-yard line. But when I say elusive on Jacob Maple, it's like he lopes to the hole and then accelerates. Ken, it's been impressive watching him run tonight.
Well, that pitch was a lot like O.J. Simpson back in '68 with the student body right. It was just impressive. And that Burkhart kid, I really like. I see him being Division I. He made a great block.
Boy, I said 5-yard line. They put him down at the 2-yard line on that spot. So they go to work now, 1st and goal from the 2. The handoff up the middle. Boy, I love seeing that fullback run. That was Drew Thomas, and Drew Thomas gave him a touchdown. Drew Thomas showed why you need a big, burly man to go over the middle like that.
Jay, look at, Danville's wearing white. They are soaked. Look at those linemen and linebackers.
Yeah, their jerseys are
They're
tan.
They're gray.
Yeah, they're grayish tan.
Yeah.
Because they're just sweating
They're
tonight.
just
They
soaked.
are being beaten up
Yeah.
on several different levels, emotionally as well as physically, by this Red Pride football team.
That 300-pounder's down to about 285 right now.
The lineup for the extra point. The extra point is up, and it is good. So Plainfield draws their first points of the second period, and now go up by a score of 33-0. With Julia Burbridge and Bud Green from Remax Centerstone, you can consider it sold. As a team, Julia and Bud have over 20 years of combined commercial and residential sales experience. Their team effort has brought many large-scale commercial projects to Plainfield, and Julia is a continued leader in residential sales across the country. Call Julia today at 317-754-5057 and let her make your next home purchase or selling experience as stress-free as possible. Well, once again, we had to re-kick, Ken. I made a commercial. The Zebras tonight, is there a quota for throwing the flag? Because...
Well, I think one of them's going to have Tommy John surgery.
From throwing the yellow flag?
God.
Yeah, it's been excessive tonight, mostly against the Warriors. Now we are seeing the push-ups for points,
and
now that they're up to 33 points on a hot night, I'm thinking to myself, push-ups for points. You might want to modify that, turn that into I don't know, wave your finger for points or something, because I would not want to have to do 33 push-ups on that hot track.
I wouldn't even want to clap for points once it gets to
No.
34.
I would say nod off for points at this point, as the Quakers are up by a very decisive score here with 5:31 left to go here in the first half.
Wow, they're putting a beating on them. But these young kids will remember that a year or two from now.
Well, you know, this
On
is
Danville.
these are the adversity.
team.
This is the adversity that builds character.
That's right.
So Morgan Hagee once again puts the ball in play. It'll come down about the 10-yard line. Some quick coverage. And another flag goes down.
Oh, my.
Downfield very quickly for Plainfield was Tyler Dennison, the senior. Tripped up the Danville carrier, ball return carrier, and we'll see. Actually, they allowed Logan Knotts to return it, and Logan now is limping.
Nothing's going right for Danville. The only thing that hopefully the coach will get out of this is, you know, he'll tell his kids the scoreboard tells you who scored the most points, but sometimes the team that loses learns a little bit more than the other team.
Yeah, well,
Hopefully
maybe they
they're
will
learning-
use this as a
they'll learn
learning
from this.
experience.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the penalty goes against the Warriors. So
Again?
they'll commence their offensive series at their own 10-yard line. So Danville commences at their own 10 with 5:27. They have scored no points in this game. Logan Knotts goes back to work in the pistol formation. Autry Pickens in the backfield with him. Hand off to
Goes
Pickens.
Pickens.
Pickens gets some room, eludes the grasp of a couple of tacklers, but then after eluding the grasp, it went for naught as Michael Conley put a stop to that. Conley stops him for no gain.
They classically played that. They just strung him out all the way out to the
Autry
line.
lost a couple of yards on that. It'll be 2nd and 12. Back to the drawing board for the Warriors. Handoff to Pickens. Pickens up the middle, runs into a wall of red jerseys, surges forward to about the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 10. And did you see another flag? No.
No.
When you pointed your finger, I got a little scared there for a second.
No,
Timeout.
They are doing a nice job for
Timeout called on the field as the
yeah, he did have a flag in his hand. Look, he's walking around with it. Inadvertent flag.
inadvertent flag.
See?
Well,
His-
there
his
was
arm's tiring.
since there was a number of them on purpose, you got to have an inadvertent one thrown in there just for, if nothing else, variety's sake. So that will bring up a 3rd down and long 11 as they're deep in their own territory, right about their own 10-yard line. Logan Knotts back in the shotgun.
Passing is an adventure for them.
Logan on the design keeper, and boy, oh boy, was he slammed.
Josh
Absolutely, Josh Miller decleated him at about the 14-yard line.
That was a
Miller is
big-time
playing
tackle.
with
Yeah.
reckless abandon out there.
I'm going to give him a Lebowski for that.
That
Yeah.
was a good one.
Ooh.
He gets the big Lebowski award, and there is going to be a quick punt as Logan Knotts goes back into punt formation, and not a particularly good punt.
No.
It will be downed at the 42-yard line where Plainfield will get the ball in Warrior territory. 1st and 10, 4:07 left to play here in the first half, and it seems like a lot of scoring, a lot of events here in this game. Obviously a good game for this hometown crowd. This is the kind of game that'll burn out the lights on the scoreboard.
You're right. Especially for guests, they're at 0.
Yeah, that zero is going to burn in.
That's
I
gonna
always tell
burn
you
out.
on your TV set, change the channel every once in a while, or that CBS logo will burn into your set. So here we go. Another offensive series. They're going to set the ball on the 43-yard line where the Quakers take over 1st and 10.
Well, one good thing, at least for Danville, is they're finally in the shade. It's finally getting,
Yeah, and I think things are
Sunset.
cooling off just a bit here.
yeah, it's only 95.
Brady Nichols will bring them up 1st and 10. He'll have the I formation behind him with Jacob Maple in the tailback slot. The pitch to Maple. Maple tries to find some running room around the left-hand side. He'll get stacked up. Only picked up a yard or two. Got a face full of big old 75. That is Tanner Holland, 5'11", 248. They're going to give him only a 1-yard gain there, 2nd and 9.
There's another quick huddle. They're not in there very long. I'd say about 5 seconds. And he calls the play.
Brady Nichols brings him up to the line. 2 wideouts. Nichols back to pass. The slant pattern, it is in and out of the hands. Try to get the ball into Tyler Kinman. Tyler, a senior, and just couldn't find the handle on that, but that was not a bad pass.
It was a good pass. It was a good pass, and actually it was a good defense, too. Somebody got a hand on Tyler's elbow, and he couldn't quite grasp it on the run.
So that will bring up now a pivotal 3rd down. 3rd down and a long 9. The ball is at the Warrior 42-yard line.
There's Patton. He's got single coverage again.
Nichols, hands off. Maple's probably going to give him the first down on the ground. Now, for just a second, I thought he was, and then got good open field tackle. They're going to put him down to about the 36-yard line, where it'll bring up a 4th down and about 4, it looks like. So, decision time, and they're going to stay. They're going to keep the offense out there. Clock is ticking at 3:01 as Brady Nichols brings the play in from the sideline. So 4th down and a long 3 here. Nichols with Maple in the tailback. And they drew off the Warriors offside. And how about this? You want to get a first down on a 4th and whatever? Just draw the other team offside. How about that? How about when you review the game film later and you just go, boys, we made a few mistakes Friday night. I'm going to just hit you with the big ones. The small ones would take years. I really feel bad for this Danville team, as that is indicative of their whole evening here. As now it's 1st and 10 for the Quakers.
I agree with
on
you.
The Warrior 30-yard line. So now Brady Nichols goes to work on 1st down. Hands off to Maple. Maple's wearing him out as he gets down to the 25-yard line, a gain of about 4.5 on that carry. And Maple is really carrying the freight here tonight, and he does not look worn out.
No, he's got quick feet. He looks fresh. Everybody looks fresh on the Danville team. I'm sorry, on the Plainfield team. Danville. God.
2nd and 5. And as you said, that is a tired group of gentlemen out there.
Yeah, they've got to be demoralized.
The ball on the 26-yard line.
Nothing's gone right for them.
Brady Nichols, I formation. Nichols, back to pass. Has some time. Dumps the ball off to the speedster. He is fast. Could go all the way. Will go all the way. How about another touchdown served up by Josh Miller? Josh Miller, touchdown Quakers.
And no flags. How about that?
Josh Miller. We like that yards after catch. Added about 14 yards after an 8-yard reception and finds the end zone.
And he got a good block from the right tackle. 74, was it?
Josh Miller, touchdown.
Justin Massey.
Hagee is back on to attempt the extra point. Point is up, and it is good. So they're getting some practice now with the extra points. The Quakers now, Ken, I was not very good with math in school, but the Quakers now lead by a score of 40-0, and there's still some time left, about 1:55 left to play in this first half. Special thanks to the Niagara Bottling Company, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information on how they can get to work for you, please call 909-230-5000, extension 5912. And by the Beacon Sign Company, specializing in local high school sport and event signage needs. This is their 12th year of supporting the Red Pride football program. They are located at 9305 East US Highway 36 in Avon. Call 272-2388 for all your signage needs, or stop by Monday through Friday, 9 to 6.
Jay, these little cheerleaders, they did 4 push-ups,
Uh-huh.
and they did 1 push-up to make it 41.
41.
That's
I think
smart.
that is the smartest thing I've seen.
I
That's
love
the
it.
binary system, and that works.
Genius. That worked. That's beautiful.
Well, we've seen the stud muffins, hey, the team's up 28-0, let's do 28 push-ups. But 41 push-ups on a hot night, Ken. That's Marine Corps quality there.
Speaking of Marines, this is like Iwo Jima tonight for the
Yeah,
Danville.
this is like a boot camp gone wrong for the Danville Warriors. Danville takes the kickoff about the 20-yard line, and they're swarmed. A whole group of red jerseys down there, part of the charge led by Zach Richardson. And the Warriors will commence near their own 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Warriors, Ken. They're inside their own 20. They're going to spot the ball about the 19-yard line. They are 81 yards away from pay dirt with 1:50 left to play.
It can be done. I mean, they've had some good runs.
It can be done, just not tonight. Is that what you were going to add?
No. I mean, they could score in this half. That Pickens? Is that the kid that he's pretty good?
Autry Pickens.
Yeah.
The kid's a gamer.
He could break it.
Autry's in the backfield along with Logan Knotts. Knotts back to pass. Knotts sacked. How about that? In on the play, Bryce Biddle. We talked about him. He's listed as a freshman, 5'10", 250.
Wow.
And Biddle's tough. He's stacked up a number of Autry Pickens runs. And how about having that kid as a freshman on your Plainfield Red Pride team? Looking forward to a few more years of action from Austin or Bryce Biddle. He is
looks
something
like
else.
Warren Warner, the kid
Well, and that's
from
the thing.
Colts.
He's athletic. I mean, he's 5'10", 250, and I'm going to guess about 248 of that's muscle.
Oh, yeah. He looks sharp.
1:07. The clock ticks.
A freshman.
Boy, the clock is ticking in more ways than one as they hand off to Autry Pickens, and Pickens upended at his own 15-yard line. In on the stop, Michael Conley. And a timeout is called.
There's some Division I ball players out here. They really are. I'm impressed.
The Three Pints Brew Pub is an excellent place for great food. They offer craft drink selections brewed on site. It features a family-friendly atmosphere and would make a great destination for your next dining experience. They're located at 5020 Cambridge Way in Plainfield. For more information about menu and drink selections, call 829-1000. They're open Sunday and Monday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and on Friday and Saturday nights from 11 a.m. to 12:30. Carey Digital is a full-service, state-of-the-art digital printing. From business cards to banners, they've been a multi-year provider of senior posters at the south end of the field. You've seen those Carey Digital posters. Those are great. Their address is 2701 Fortune Circle East in Indianapolis. Open weekdays from 7 to 7. Call them directly at 317-227-0220 for more information. Third down and about 15.
Fumble.
The ball is fumbled. It is loose. And do the
Biddle.
Quakers get the ball?
Biddle's on top of something.
The clock stops with 50.4 as Logan Knotts fumbled. And the Warriors do retain. So it'll bring up a 4th and long for them. 4th down and about 14. The ball is right around their 12-yard line.
That Biddle kid, a freshman, really stands out.
He's athletic.
End.
He's rangy.
He's quick.
Another timeout called. And I believe the Quakers here are grouping because what they'd like to do is conserve time and possibly put another score on the board, as they will get the ball back with under a minute left to play here in the game, or in the first half.
Well, they're certainly capable of throwing a dart toward the end zone. And they don't have to throw it in the end zone. All they have to do is get it to one of the wide receivers, and they've got the quicks that they can just run it in. They block so well downfield. the other wide receivers.
Absolutely.
Very well coached team. I am very, very impressed. Brian Woodard has done a great job, he and his assistant coaches, with his team.
Well, we talked to the coaching staff. They said, hey, they look strong tonight, and he was absolutely prescient about that. As Brady Nichols will be punting from his own 5-yard line, the ball will come to rest about the 40.
Uh-oh, there he goes.
Boy, and look at the speed. He could go, will go all the way. As he tight ropes the sideline, they said he stepped out at the 10. Josh Miller electrified this crowd with another great return. Josh tight roped it. Unfortunately, he stepped out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. It'll be first and goal for your Red Pride, but how about Josh Miller tonight with the speed?
Yeah.
He scored. He's a couple of great returns here tonight, and has scored on a rushing or on a TD pass. I mean, the guy is just all over the place.
He's very quick. You got to give credit, though, to Plainfield. They set up a nice little picket fence.
They absolutely did. They put that play to work as they go to work here. 38.6 seconds left in this game.
Oh, that's 5 plays. They only needed 1.
In, out, touchdown, and there's a penalty on the play. That was Garrett Patton on the fade pattern.
Oh, they called Patton for pushing up.
Did they? Yeah. Patton has been a little aggressive with the defender. They're going to call Patton for offensive pass interference. But that was a good. That was a textbook fade.
Yeah, it was a good throw. I thought he made a good catch, actually. You know me, I never complain about the zebras.
No. Didn't you secretly want to go to zebra camp and become a zebra?
No, I didn't secretly want to do that.
Didn't you secretly?
I wanted to go to band camp because of Diane Woodcock. She was...
Well, I was going to say.
I secretly admired
There's
her.
usually a very attractive girl in band camp, which makes it all the more worthwhile.
She had a pretty embouchure.
So it is first and goal, but unfortunately the ball all the way back to the 25-yard line. They ran the slant, and, boy, they should have called that the other way.
Interception.
Are they saying it's an interception?
Oh, yeah. Bobbled it, went up.
Yeah,
in the air.
unfortunately he did. They tried to slant into Garrett Patton. The bobble goes into the hands of Danville, and Danville will get one more chance at it. A rare miscue there from Brady Nichols.
Well, they've been executing pretty well all along. This was just one that, for a change, went Danville's way.
So Danville, down 41-0 here in the first half, will get an opportunity to put some points on the board. Now the question remains, Ken, will they actually go for it? I'd be a little disappointed if they don't.
Trying to figure out what they're doing.
I'm not sure quite what the formation here as Logan Knotts looks like he's going to go under center and take a knee. So that answers that question as Danville got the ball back on an interception at their own 15-yard line. They take a knee, and I think the clock is going to tick. That should be the final play of the first half. And indeed, that will be the case as neither team is interested here in stopping the clock. So at the end of a first half of football action here at Hendricks Regional Health Field, the home of the Plainfield Quakers, the Quakers lead this one by a score of 41-0. 41-0. If you're a business owner with or without employees, you're probably wondering about your payroll. What about taxes, child support, auditing, Social Security? It can be a bit overwhelming, but we've got the answer for you. The Payroll Department Incorporated. The Payroll Department Incorporated can help put your mind at ease where all these problems are concerned. Locally owned and operated for over 20 years. Call today at 852-2568 or stop by the Payroll Department Incorporated at 701 North Green Street in Brownsburg. We'd also like to thank our friends at Dugan Chevrolet, Dugan Sports Performance, and Jimmy John's for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Thank you for supporting Plainfield football. Ken, we're going to take a little break. The marching band will take the field, as the Don McLean song once said. And we will enjoy a little halftime entertainment. I will go and talk to the very knowledgeable, helpful, and always friendly Plainfield Sports Information Department. We'll get some statistics. We'll go over that. And then we are looking forward to another exciting half of Plainfield Quaker football.
All right. I would imagine, though, that the statisticians have run out of ink.
They're down there. They've run out of ink. And my suspicion is we'll see a lot of second, third, and possibly fourth-string players here in the second half, and perhaps rightly so. It'll give those guys an opportunity to play in front of a home crowd.
Yeah. Beautiful game so far for the Quakers. Woo.
Good idea.
We gotta go a nice breeze for a little while, but it's died.
Okay, fans, if you purchase
Last week, me and Jay were talking about not wanting to be like, some school had like a tortured, like genius band director who would like make a whole halftime thing about like the father of the atomic bomb or something. And, like, whenever they go and ask him questions,
Stanford's got all kinds of crazy halftime stuff.
winning team number is
And Cal, too.
353-798.
We can't do that in
353-798. If you had a winning ticket, I think we have one right here.
where do they raffle them away?
Mr. Wilson, he has
Everybody
one.
found raffle tickets.
I think it might be, well, virtually in every game, it'll be for the athletic department. He said something about because of the one teacher's wife dying that they were going to collect money. I think they were just collecting money for a scholarship fund for the 2-year-old son. And I didn't catch exactly. Be interesting to see how Plainfield does against a decent team. I think they can be all right. 6'4" quarterback.
See Reggie a little. Let me
Jake
check.
Maple kid had
Let
some.
me check one thing real quick.
Yeah, but he puts it for them to catch it. You know, I mean, I guess there was a push off by Patton, but that's the way you play. Get the ball, let him figure it out later. Don't let the other guy do it.
Continued participation with the Unified Booster Club. We invite you to stop at your restaurant over yogurt and order Chicago pizza. Where tonight you can buy one, get one free frozen yogurt and receive a
He's
free
kicking 35-yard field goals easily.
when you show the cashier tonight's ticket stub. Make sure to ask how we can help your group fill out the work team raise funds. Good luck, Quakers. We look forward to seeing you
I
soon.
kept myself to 2 pieces of pizza.
That's
Over here
tonight.
just standing up, just trying to digest the 2 pieces that I did eat.
I'm glad it was pizza and not something with like a Subway with mayonnaise on it.
Oh, God.
Would be dead by now.
Yeah.
Jay, you're in fine fettle. You're in mid-season form.
And the winner of tonight's 50-50 raffle ticket.
Impressive display by the band, just standing upright on what has been a very warm evening here in Plainfield. We somewhat jokingly said that the temperature dropped from about 90 to about 88, but it is still very toasty here tonight, and you got to admire Plainfield's performance here. Halftime, they lead by 41-27. Ken, let's go over some of these statistics.
41-0.
They're 41-0. There we go. And you'll undoubtedly see some of these statistics here. Will probably not surprise you. Let's look at Plainfield here tonight with 9 first downs. They've been impressive both through the air and on land. They are 16 for 98 rushing. For passing, 12 attempts, 7 completions, only 1 interception. They've got 178 yards passing here tonight, so they've been very efficient here in the passing department.
Oh, yeah, that's 20, what is that, 25 yards per pass and 6 yards per rush.
Very
no wonder
impressive.
they're winning 41-0.
Seven penalties for 55 yards, so the penalties have hurt them in stretches. No punts here tonight for Plainfield. Their leading rusher is Jacob Maple, 93 yards, and Maple has been very impressive, not only carrying the ball repeatedly, but also just a simple fact that he still appears very fresh. We'll look on the other side of the ball. Unfortunately, the Danville Warriors have had a lot of trouble getting untracked. 8 first downs here tonight. They've been effective with the rush, 36 rushing attempts for 144 yards. But, boy, where they really have hurt themselves is in the passing department. only 5 attempts, 0 completions. They've thrown 2 interceptions, and those interceptions have hurt them both times. They fumbled twice, lost it once. Plainfield fumbled once, lost it once. So, that really is the whole thing. But, rushing, they got to be impressive. Pickens.
They're getting 4 yards a rush. I mean, that's what you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
But not the turnovers. And the penalties.
And we talked about the prowess of Pickens, Autry Pickens, their senior running back, 5'9", 186 pounds. Autry Pickens with 109 yards. So really, it is Pickens versus Maple here tonight. I suspect that Plainfield, being up by 41-0, will start to platoon in some of their second and third string players here tonight.
They should.
And you feel bad on a number of occasions because we've seen this go for broke go for broke Danville Warrior team. They've been a lot of fun to watch. In fact, last year's game, infinitely entertaining. They didn't punt. They just went for it all the time on fourth down, and they ended up throwing a scare into this Red Pride team. Unfortunately, tonight, much of that scare has misfired either with fumbles, interceptions, or just poor execution.
Yeah. The Red Pride, I mean, their offense has been as pretty as a 57 Chevy. I mean, they're just clicking on all cylinders. Unfortunately, Danville looks like a Yugo.
Yeah, I think that you're right about that. And, I got a chance to talk to the sports information girls, and they're so good at keeping stats on there. And they remarked to me, as you and I have remarked a couple of times this evening, Josh Miller, the senior, 5'10", 170 pounds, has been electrifying in the return department. He also had the pick 6 earlier in the game and then caught a touchdown pass later on to put a score on the board. So really, the old phrase, he's everywhere, has been the hallmark tonight of Josh Miller. Brady Nichols, you have to be impressed by the senior quarterback for the Plainfield Red Pride. The Quakers have been led by a senior leader out there. He has taken this team and led them.
Yeah, I think Plainfield's going to be very good this year. I mean, they're playing well. Danville's not a bad team. Danville has some big kids. They've got great quickness. Pickens is a good runner. I didn't see 41 points being put on the board in the whole game between both of them. I thought it was going to be a pretty good contest.
Well, this is what we've seen, between these two teams with the rivalry. They, no matter what division they're in or what conference they're in, they'll always play each other, and they are, cross-county rivals.
Yeah,
but boy, tonight the Red Pride certainly has the handle on this opposing Danville Warriors squad, and we will get a second half of action here with the Quakers ahead by a score of 41-0.
Yeah, I see Colin Nicewander warming up here, taking snaps. He's a quarterback. Nicewander, sophomore, 5'10", 155. So maybe they're going to, obviously they're going to bring him in. I don't know if they're going to bring him in right away, but Brady Nichols has had a nice game.
Well, this gives you an opportunity to see how some of those players play. And, we've always talked about the almost futility sometimes of preseason football in the NFL. As you know, once the season is for real, it is difficult to get the luxury of platooning in some additional players because building depth is how you build a future and how you build a great football team.
Well, in high school, the programs, you've got to get these kids sophomore and especially junior year. You've got to get them some playing time.
The ball being returned by the Warriors back out to their own 17-yard line. And once again, we've seen some great kicking tonight from Morgan Hagee, the sophomore kicker for Plainfield.
Hagee was kicking 35-yard field goals before the second half started, and he was putting about 12 to 15 yards beyond. I mean, this kid's got range from 45 to 50 yards if he needs it.
Well, it'll be interesting to see them try a long field goal. We've seen that from Plainfield in the past. So the ball will start on the 12-yard line. Make that the 17-yard line.
That's good field position for them.
Yeah, Brady Nichols back in the shotgun. Nichols quarterback keeper and Nichols, or did they hand off to Autry Pickens? No, Nichols kept the ball. And a gain of about 1.
I think that's Knotts, isn't it? Logan Knotts is 15 for Danville. Yeah, Knotts is.
Yeah, sorry, looking at the wrong sheet.
Yeah, they're both 15.
I wore myself out in the first half. I'll admit I'd take myself out of the game if I could. Leaving the field is a guy who we've called tonight, Bryce Biddle. He's just been impressive defensively.
There's Knotts.
There's the pass, and broken up very nicely. And look who was there for Plainfield. It was Chris Clark, the senior. And he has been a force as well for the Quakers.
Yeah,
so that brings up
6 foot quarterback, 180. That's nice size.
Yeah, that will bring up a 4th and 5. And back to punt will be Logan Knotts once again. 3 punts, only average about 27 yards.
Back.
And that was a good one, and no one is back, and the ball will roll all the way down to the Quaker 29-yard line where it'll be downed by the Warriors. So no one was back for that, and I don't know if maybe somebody lost track of the downs or just exactly what happened.
That's a mistake.
But Logan Knotts, their quarterback. See, I wasn't the only one confused, Ken. So now I'll go on record as saying somebody was a little bit confused there, as now the Quakers will go to work.
We're being dehydrated here. We're losing bodily functions here.
Plainfield will start at their own 30-yard line, their first possession of the second half. They lead 41-0 in this game.
There's Brady Nichols. 15's in there.
Nichols remains in at quarterback. The handoff to the fullback.
Wow.
Pulls a bunch of white jerseys with him, about 7 yards. Another great run.
That's rugby.
That is Logan Beck.
Oh, he dragged those guys 5 yards. He had 5 guys on top of him. He dragged them. That was a nice run.
Yeah, that was a very nice run from the I formation after they put Maple in motion.
Boy, Danville's not playing anybody deep.
Nichols brings him up. 2nd and 8. The pitch to Maple. Maple stays on his feet. Maple will be close to a first down. The ball up to the 40-yard line.
They're playing 10 in the box, not 7 or 8. That's dangerous.
That was a gain of 3 from Maple, and that gives the Quakers a first down at their own 41-yard line.
Being very methodical, the Quakers here.
The Quakers can afford to take their time, use up the clock. 9:27 left to play here in the third period. Brady Nichols under center, I formation. The handoff to Maple. Maple stays on his feet. The ball right up the middle.
That was a funny tackle on him. I hope his knee held up on that. He really got twisted.
They're going to spot the ball at the 44-yard line. Should bring up a 2nd and 6.
They're taking their time. They're gonna use the clock.
Now they're saying there was a penalty on the play.
Really? Another penalty.
Another penalty on the play, holding.
Heavens to Betsy.
So that will negate the run for Maple and put the ball all the way back to the 29-yard line, where it will remain first down, but it's going to be first and about 20. First and 20 as Nichols brings him up to the line of scrimmage.
Watch Mayberry. He looks like he's chomping at the bit down here, number 2.
Mayberry, their excellent receiver, is branched wide right. Nichols, delayed handoff, gets it off to Josh Miller. And Josh Miller, a nice run, near 20-yard gain. He'll get the ball past the 40-yard line.
Well, Mayberry whiffed on the block. Maybe that's what he was all excited about, that he was going to block on the sweep, but he missed his man.
So
The only thing he's done wrong all night.
Miller's run gets them back to the 40. It'll be 2nd and 11. And as you said, the Red Pride, who had been they had been huddling, but it was a quick huddle, and now they're being a bit more methodical here coming out in the second half. Nichols lines up. He has 2 wideouts to the left. The handoff to the fullback. That is Tristan Southwood. Southwood, big punishing run up the middle.
Yeah, he and Drew Thomas are both about the same size.
In fact, a couple of those white jerseyed Warriors getting up very slowly.
Oh, they got to be tired.
That should bring up a 3rd down and about 8. The ball spotted on the 43-yard line. Nichols in the eye, 2 wideouts, branch wide to the left. Long snap count, play action pass, rolls to his left, looks for a receiver.
Oh.
The ball is caught. Garrett Patton once again with the catch. And Garrett Patton hauled that ball in around the Warrior 30-yard line, gets it all the way down to the Warrior 21.
That was 27, not 17. That was Tyler Kinman. Let's give that kid credit. That was 27.
Tyler Kinman, who missed on that slant earlier, so
Right.
You are right. I saw the 7 and was trying to give too much credit to Garrett Patton, who earlier caught a couple of touchdown passes.
Well, what Patton did is he cleared the zone. He went through and he did pick up the safety, which gave Kinman just one-on-one coverage.
So an excellent catch from Kinman. Puts the ball down on the 21-yard line. Make that the 22-yard line of the Warriors. 7:11 left to play here in the 3rd period.
Comes number 2 in motion. He's got single coverage.
Nichols with the pitch. Once again, Miller with blockers in front of him. He'll get dropped for a loss. Just made it back to the Warrior 25-yard line. Good penetration there from the Warrior defense, and that will bring up a 2nd down and about 13.
Yeah, their safeties are playing pretty up near the line of scrimmage. They're trying to take away the run, but they've been burned often, early, often, and late by the passing attack of the Quakers.
2nd and 15 as Nichols brings him up in the I formation. 2 wideouts. Nichols, the handoff once again. Miller with running room, cuts back, and he's going to go all the way.
Nice run.
Miller with an elusive run, reverses field, and Josh Miller made that look awfully easy as he scores from 25 yards out.
That was beautiful. He just glided into the end zone. He was like he was on ice skates.
25-yard touchdown run from Miller. And Josh Miller, who's caught one, now has run one in. A couple of great returns. And pick 6 interception. I mean, the guy has been all over for the Quakers.
It should be like a hat trick,
Wow.
right? Like in
That
hockey.
is the
people should throw their
proverbial
hats.
hat trick right there. As Hagee adds another point to the board, and the Quakers go ahead by a score of 48-0. Established in 1882 as Harris Bank and owned by BMO Financial Group since 1984, BMO Harris Bank has grown to become one of the largest banks in the Midwest, serving personal, commercial, and affluent customers. They're located in Plainfield at 2609 East Main. For more information, give them a call at 839-3501. Rhodes and Nicely, LLP, are CPAs and financial advisors. In business since 1990, they handle individual and business tax and accounting work. Located at 8315 West 10th Street in Indianapolis, call them at 271-1040 to set up an appointment. 271-1040. So once again, the cheerleaders attempting to do a group of 4 and a group of 8 here as the scoreboard registers 48-0 in favor of the Plainfield Quakers here with 6:06 left to play in the 3rd period.
Oh, they're doing it. They're doing it.
Not easy on a hot night tonight.
I'm giving those young ladies a great deal of credit.
Haggie's kick up in the air. It's going to come down inside the 10-yard line. Good coverage from the Quakers as they converge.
Yeah, their kick coverage has been
down to the 26-yard line. And Danville will go to work there, 1st and 10.
I like the fact they stay in their lanes. They don't converge, where they leave a lane open. They just have been well coached in every phase of the game.
Oh, absolutely.
Just
As
amazing.
you said, they really
Wonderful.
have had a great amount of poise here tonight and have given this hometown crowd everything that they could want
You should be proud of these kids.
in a game. I think that Quakers are looking forward to a very good season. Danville with Logan Knotts. 2 backs in the backfield. The handoff. Quarterback keeper on the belly play. And no gain for Logan Knotts. Couple of Quakers in there applying the defensive pressure, one of them being Jake Whitney, the senior.
Yeah, he was pretty mobile and hostile at the same time. He put him down to the ground with a little bit of verve.
2nd and 10. Delayed handoff. Once again, Pickens keeps both hands on the ball, and there's a late flag.
There's somebody. Oh, he's okay.
As Pickens was able to gain about 4 yards, they're going to spot the ball just inside the 30-yard line, but another flag on the play. We had a total of 12 flags thrown by the Zebras in the first half. This one looks like it's going to go against the Danville Warriors. Explaining the situation to Jake Whitney, the senior defensive back.
What do you think, Jake? Push him back? Yes.
Jake decides, let's take that penalty.
Yeah.
And it does push them back quite a ways. In fact, the ball will go all the way back, Ken, to the 16-yard line, where it'll bring up a 2nd down and about 19.
Yeah, they got to get to the 35. So that's right.
Logan Knotts.
Pass.
He's going to pass. Has a receiver and ends up short hopping it.
Yep.
But he did have an open receiver. The trail receiver on that play was Nick Hamilton.
Well
Hamilton
designed.
was open,
Yeah.
but unable to get that ball in. That'll bring
their
up
passing
3rd
attack-
down.
Their passing attack is just, they were 0 for 5 in the first half, right?
Yep. Well, technically, Logan Knotts is carried on this roster as a running back and wide receiver, and this platoon system hasn't always worked, and Logan Knotts dropped a quick sack. Nice play. Zach Richardson coming in from the outside.
No.
Actually, that was probably Jake Whitney. Excuse me. Jake Whitney, the senior.
Jay, there should be a mercy rule. When it's over 90 degrees and you're
when it's
losing by
90
48
degrees.
points.
Everybody's
They should be able to
issued an
throw
ice
in the
pack,
top.
and
Yeah.
please go home, be safe.
Uh-oh,
Josh
there he
Miller
goes.
with
There
the
he goes.
punt. About a 12-yard return. And once again, Josh Miller showing you why he is one of the reasons why you should pay good money to come out and see a Plainfield high school football game, because you are going to see a show
I
put on
agree.
by number 14.
I agree. If you want to see a really good offense, a juggernaut, come see these kids. They're tough.
So the Quakers, once again, inside the 28-yard line. 1st and 10. And a quarterback
nice
change on the keeper. Briefly had some running room. That is Colin Nicewander. We thought that we would see him here tonight, Nicewander, on the designed keeper. He did have a pitch option, held on to it. He's a sophomore, 5'10", 155 pounds.
Yeah.
Had a bit of daylight there, but could not take advantage of it. Actually lost a yard on the
It's not
play.
his fault that John Richardson, that safety, came flying up like Palomalu. He just came flying up. He made a nice play for a tackle.
So Nicewander makes an appearance here in the second half for the Quakers, the sophomore, getting an opportunity to play here tonight. Behind that big offensive line, the handoff up the middle, tries to find some running room, bounces it to the outside on the carry. Zach Richardson. Richardson, who's listed as a linebacker as well as running back.
With a name like Zach, you got to be a running back.
Absolutely. As he
Right.
bounced it to the outside, picked up some yardage. It'll bring up a 3rd and 9. They're going to spot the ball on the 27-yard line.
Well, let's see if this young fella, Nicewander, can throw the ball now.
A passing situation for Nicewander. And this may be the situation where we start to see the possibility of a field goal, though this one would be a long one if this pass falls incomplete.
A very long one, yeah.
Nicewander. Handoff, delayed handoff. Once again, we've called this number before. Zach Richardson surges forward, the senior. They'll drop him at about the 25-yard line. That will set up a 2nd down, or make that a 4th down, and about 6. And we are platooning on the special teams. And will this be a punt or a field goal? Hagee is going to try a long one. This will be a 42-yard field goal if Hagee connects.
He was kicking him.
So Morgan Hagee, the sophomore, or make that the junior, trying a 42-yarder. The kick is up and just veered to the left at the last moment. So Hagee's kick, no good. He was not real happy with himself. But, boy, I tell you what, head down, foot through it, gave it a good go, and could not get it to clear the crossbar.
Well, it wasn't a good snap. He had to hesitate a little bit, so he couldn't put his whole foot into it.
They have had a little trouble on the long snap. If there is any flaw at all,
small flaw,
and it's a small flaw, and I think it's one that obviously they'll work on to improve as the missed field goal. They certainly will. And as you said, these are learning opportunities, both good and bad, for both of these squads. And Danville now will go back on offense, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line following the missed field goal.
Now, are they putting a new quarterback in or not, or is not still in there?
It looks like that Christian Schabel is back in. Schabel with the pass, could not get it off to his receiver.
He was
tried to get the ball into Ryan Klonks. Klonks was triple teamed. And Schwabel, we talked about the fact that Danville oftentimes will platoon in quarterbacks that have good running ability because they like to run that belly option. But that belly option has backfired on them tonight, with the exception of Pickens, who's had some good yardage on the ground. And now we're marching off another penalty here.
This time against Plainfield, though.
That might have been a pass interference. No, they're saying it's holding. So it was a defensive holding penalty as Christian Schwabel is listed as a quarterback. So Schabel, delayed handoff. That is Pickens. Pickens tries to find some running room. Pickens bounces it out to the outside. They're going to push him out of bounds, but not before Pickens was able to pick up a 1st down.
That's their best play. Pickens. Sweep with Pickens, inside with Pickens.
So it'll be 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for Danville on the 45-yard line. And they are going to the up-tempo, no-huddle offense here as Schabel brings him up. Schabel with the handoff, and how about that defensive stop? A great defensive play from here. That was either Mitchell Jabani or Jacob Morris. It was hard to tell, but boy, oh boy,
Jacob was there. I can tell you
he was there, right into the arms. Back to pass is Schabel. Schabel has time, steps up into the pocket. Now he's going to tuck the ball. He's going to run around right end. He'll be forced out of bounds, but not before he picked up about 5 or 6 yards.
Did he get the first?
They'll spot the ball about the 52-yard line. They'll be about 3.5 yards shy of a 1st down. 1:52 left to play here. They spot it now at the 49-yard line of Plainfield, so that will set up a 3rd down and a long 4. Schabel back in the pistol formation. Schabel, hands off. Pickens has some room. Pickens almost to the 1st down. He got spun around at the last minute. That was Luke Miller, the junior linebacker. And Luke absolutely put a stop to Pickens. In fact, Pickens probably was going to get first down yardage on momentum alone.
Luke rebuked him. He
did.
He spun him around like a top.
They're going to keep that offense in, and Shable's going to go for it now here on 4th and a long 2. Handoff to Pickens. Pickens up the middle. Pickens stretches forward, and I think they're going to just give it to him.
Good effort.
In on the stop was Bobby Jensen, the senior defensive lineman for the Quakers. And now the Quakers defense looking just a little tired out there on a hot night. It's a first down for the Warriors. They'll spot the ball at the Quaker 45-yard line. 1:18 left to play here in the third period.
He's been a rumbler in this game.
Pickens has been the one bright spot with 109 yards rushing in the first half. Shable with Pickens in the backfield. Play action pass. They try and get the ball downfield, and it was almost intercepted. They're going to throw a late flag in there. Good coverage downfield in the defensive backfield there by Sean Bozzo.
What is he going to call?
But at the end of the play, they may say that the receiver interfered with the defender because Plainfield is clapping their hands, but let's see what the call is.
Plainfield's moving back.
Now, it does look like it is going to go against Plainfield.
I didn't see pass interference.
I'm not sure what they're going to end up calling here.
Well, let's see if they even give a...
They're not giving a designation here,
so
that might have been pass interference.
I don't think
First
so.
and 10 here as Shable hands off. Autry lost his footing after picking up a couple of yards up the middle.
Gets spun around again. Remember he was doing those spin moves when he would get hit initially? Well, I think Plainfield decided, you want to spin, we'll spin you.
Yeah, Autry is going to wake up very tired tomorrow morning.
He's going to need to go to get a massage.
Yeah, second down as the ball now spotted inside the Red Pride 35-yard line. Autry, fake handoff. The quarterback keep on Shable with some speed. Shable is going to be forced out of bounds, but not after picking up about 17 yards on the ground.
He's limping, Shable.
Shable on the design keeper after the fake to Autry. Let's see where they spot the ball. They're going to spot the ball about the 16-yard line, where it'll be first and 10 for the Warriors. Now, this is the Warriors' best drive here tonight, and they go to Shable, the sophomore, who is a quarterback, and he seems to be engineering a drive.
This is the second-team defense, too. Don't
Empty backfield. 4 receivers. Shable with time. Cannot get the ball out. Misfires. Tries to get the ball out to his receiver. The intended receiver on that play, Nick Hamilton, and a little low and inside, as they say in the baseball world. And that ball was uncatchable. 27.2 seconds left to play here in the third period. Christian Shable, freshman quarterback, back to pass after the play action. Rolls to his left. Puts the ball up, and boy, that was a bad throw, and they're going to say touchdown now. That was in and out of the hands of one of the Quaker defenders.
Yeah.
That was Hayden Westfall. But they're going to say that the Warrior receiver,
no, he came down with it.
He pulled the ball out of Westfall's hand.
But there's a flag back on the 20.
There's a flag.
So I think they're going to take away their touchdown. No, he threw a ruptured duck up there. That thing was fluttering around. And it was up for grabs.
So Shable, the freshman, throws the ball up, scored the first touchdown for the Warriors, but the ball is going to come back, and I believe this will be a hold, and it is.
Yeah.
So the ball goes back to the 30-yard line. It'll be second down and a whole bunch, more than you could count.
Shable giveth, and the Zebras taketh away.
Shable now. Hands off to Autry. Autry tries to bounce it out to the outside.
There he goes.
Autry's gets some running room. Down to the 20, the 15. He was forced out of bounds. Finally forced out of bounds by Sean Bozzo, but not before Autry is able to get the ball back almost to the original line of scrimmage. This will set up a third down, but a more manageable third down as the ball is going to be spotted about the 14-yard line for the Warriors. So Shable, the freshman, breathing some life into this Warrior offense. Shable. Hand off to Autry. Autry is going to rumble, stumble, and get inside the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal.
Now what? They stop the clock with 4 seconds. Are they going to snap another play?
I'm not sure. It should be first and goal. The chain gang laid the yard marks down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. So the Warriors are knocking on the door as they trail by 48-0 here at the end of the third period at Hendricks Regional Health Field, the home of the Plainfield Quakers. Copyco Office Solutions is a local Xerox dealership. We sell and service copiers and printers and provide a wide variety of technology solutions. Providing and supporting all your business technology needs, Copyco is located at 2920 Fortune Circle West, Suite C. Call 241-5800 or stop by Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Avon Dental Center has provided custom-made mouth guards to the football program for the second consecutive year and are celebrating their 20th year in business. They're located at 7517 Beechwood Center Road, Suite 100 in Avon, and can be reached at 272-8100. Stop by and visit American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency Incorporated, at 704 North Carr Road in Plainfield. You can reach him at 839-9445. Stop in Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 to discuss your insurance needs. Well, Ken, it's been a hot night here in Plainfield, and, you can just feel that after a while that heat starts to get to you. It's getting to you up here in the press box. You can only imagine at the field level. It has worn down the Danville Warriors.
Well, they've got a little spark here. They may score at the beginning of this quarter. Obviously, they don't want to be shut out.
No, and you got to ask yourself, does Plainfield, would they like to preserve the shutout? But as you said, they do have the second-string defense in.
He's not putting in his first team. He's letting these kids play, get some experience. Smart.
So Christian Shable brings him up.
They stopped him.
The handoff up the middle, and they were stopped just shy of the goal line.
There's Bobby Jensen going back in. Out comes Jacob Morris. So they're doing some good substitution there for the defensive
Shable
line.
with the handoff to Pickens, and Pickens goes in the end zone. Untouched off left tackle. And perhaps appropriate that Pickens gave the Warriors their first touchdown of the evening.
You just said Warriors. That kid is a warrior.
He is a warrior.
You got to give him credit. He hasn't given up. He's been running hard. He's demoralized, but you got to give him credit. He would not quit.
And they are going to go for two here, which is something that we've seen from them in the past. As Shable lines up, gets the ball and it's touchdown. So on the slant pattern, is able to hit his receiver, Ryan Klonks. And Klonks puts that important pivotal 2 points on the board.
They were only 40 behind.
11:31 left to play, and the score is 48-8. So, as you said, 40 points, and they could go on a rally here. Stop by and visit American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency, 704 North Carr Road in Plainfield. You can reach him at 839-9445. Stop in Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 to discuss your insurance needs. For more than 2 decades, Wicker Construction is engaged in building custom homes, remodeling, insurance repair, and handyman services while exceeding client expectations in delivering projects with professionalism and integrity. Wicker Construction works closely with you, the client, to understand your lifestyle and construction needs. Their services include insurance repairs / restoration, hailstorm and weather-related repairs, remodeling services, and new home construction. For more information, call Wicker Construction, 839-8353. That's 839-8353.
I tell you, though, Plainfield is still coaching. He's got his hands team out there. They're expecting an onside kick. And look how they're lining up.
They do have the hands team out there to
2 men north
await
of
the Danville Warrior kick.
8 men below.
The Danville Warriors began this game with an onside kick that was unsuccessful. Let's see if they attempt one here again. They trail in this game 48-8. The kick is down, but it's not going to go 10 yards. I'm going to guess they're going to throw a flag here. The ball did not go 10 yards. Not sure what they'll call on this. Oftentimes, if the ball doesn't go 10 yards, there's a penalty.
Yes.
With the opportunity for the receiving team to take it at the point. So I believe, depending on the ruling here, that the Quakers will get the ball very close to the 50-yard line. And indeed, that is the call. It's It's almost as if they didn't kick it at all. The ball failed to go 10 yards. And, the onside kick is an art, Ken. And unfortunately tonight, not executed well by the Warriors and
Danville
the Quakers.
Doesn't kick much, though.
No, they do not.
Now there's the first huddle of the Zebras. What's going to happen now? They don't give any signals to the crowd as to what the penalties are very often, do they?
I think they're worn out. They threw the flag so many times.
Oh, yeah.
So Colin Nicewander in at quarterback. The handoff, run up the middle. Coy Anderson, sophomore running back.
So some sophomores are getting their...
Picks up about a yard, some tough yards inside. He'll bring up a 2nd down and 9.
It's great. Get some experience now. Early in the season, not late.
They have a tall second stringer in there, Austin Hall, 6'6", 190 pounds. Austin will line up wide left. That is a tall receiver.
What do you think he plays basketball?
I'm going to guess he might. As Nicewander goes under center, puts a man in motion. The pitch, tailback, tries to find some running room. He's going to get smothered for no gain. That was Coy Anderson. Coy Anderson dropped for no gain. That'll bring up a 3rd down and long 9.
Austin Hall's a senior. You know who he reminds me of? Do you remember Lance Allworth?
Oh, yeah.
The San Diego Charger. He played for Arkansas, I think, but they called him Bambi.
Yes.
Yeah. Watch him run. Watch this kid run. He runs like Lance Allworth.
So the ball at the Warrior 44-yard line, 3rd and 8.5 here is Nicewander with the delayed handoff.
Oh, good
the run up the middle, rumbles, stumbles, and I think he got a 1st down out of it as Coy Anderson. Coy Anderson was able to give the Quakers a 1st down. They did that all on his own effort. Coy is a sophomore, 5'7", 170 pounds.
Well, he juked that one linebacker out of his jocularity right there. So.
Ball is spotted on the Warrior 33-yard line. .952 with the Quakers leading 48-8.
Still moving the ball with the second team in there.
Nicewander, the backup, under center, delayed handoff, and boy, that one didn't quite go as planned.
Right.
That was sort of the improvised belly play that we've seen in the past. A late handoff to Tevin Tomlinson, and Tomlinson was able to move the stack forward. It still ended up gaining a good long 4 yards there. The ball will be spotted at the 30-yard line.
You know, if they put that Austin Hall out there one-on-one with a 5'7" cornerback and he's 6'6", it ought to be an easy toss to him. I'd like to at least see him try it once.
Yeah, if you got a 6'6" receiver, like you said, use your weaponry as Nicewander. Under center, 2nd down and 6. Keeps the ball, picks up a block, and Nicewander gets down to the 22-yard line. A gain of about 3 on the play.
He's very athletic. Boy, they've got some. They're deep. They're deep on this team.
They're going to spot the ball just outside the 22-yard line. And now they're going to call holding. That block that he picked up, they're going to say the block was a little too effective. And that will negate Nicewander's quarterback keeper. Now, tomorrow, Ken, the college teams will play, and many openers will be highly ranked teams against unranked teams, as is usually the first week of NCAA action.
And who do you like there?
Well, I am
Bear.
somewhat of a fan. I've only followed them for the last 12 minutes or so, but there's a team in Alabama down in Tuscaloosa known as the Alabama Crimson Tide. And
They remind me of Plainfield Quakers.
yeah, they've got the red and white uniforms. These guys apparently have won the last 2 seasons, and they're favored to win a three-peat. That's
Three-peat?
first I've heard of that. I formation, nice wonder, with the handoff and sheds a couple tackles. A good run there from Tyler Dennison. Of course, we're joking around a little bit, but the defending NCAA champions will go to work. And, it's kind of interesting. Both Indiana University and Ball State on Thursday night had their football openers and defeated their opponents in a handy fashion.
IU scored 70.
Yeah, they lit up the scoreboard.
That's better than Plainfield. I mean, that's amazing.
And
A lot of offense this year.
The Hazel era in Purdue will commence as Purdue travels to Nippert Stadium as they'll take on the UC Bearcats tomorrow. Handoff. Over right tackle. Picks up some running room. Almost
Nice
down
run.
to a first down. A very good run. Once again, that was Tyler Dennison. Tyler is a reserve, but he's a senior. Plays defensive back as well as wide receiver and tailback. And he got the ball all the way down to 25-yard line. 7-18. And that will bring up a 4th and 2. No change in the offense. I'll just leave the offense out there as the clock continues to tick. Quakers have this one in hand, 48-8. But they are getting an opportunity to see this second-string platoon, and actually some very good play from Colin Nicewander,
Very good.
their sophomore quarterback. Nicewander. Hands off, and he's going to come up just a little bit short. That was Tyler Dennison. I think he's going to be about a yard short of the first down, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Colin Nicewander, what I'm impressed by is there was only that one little glitch where the running back ran into him. Probably he took one extra step.
Right.
But his handoffs, other than that one, have been flawless.
Well, you can tell that obviously he's had
Very
a
well coached.
number of snaps with the first unit, and actually we've seen so many times where the backup quarterback looks, in a word, rusty, but
Yes.
he looks pretty polished out there.
Yeah.
As the Warriors, 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. We're getting an opportunity to see on the other side some youth from the Danville Warriors as Christian Schabel, a sophomore, 5'8", 144 pounds, and a flag on the play.
We could have been home in bed by now if there weren't all these doggone flags.
There have been a number of them,
My goodness.
as once again, illegal procedure. It's a procedure, Ken, and it was illegal.
Illegal, yeah.
Those types of procedures are not permitted under the current rules in the football world. As once again, it'll set up a 1st and 15. Schabel back to pass, gets chased out of the pocket, keeps his feet, though. He's rolling, still looks for somebody. He reverses field.
Oh!
He's doing the Fran Tarkenton as he gets the
does.
ball off. And, and in and out of the hands of his receiver. Got the ball up. That was Connor McGovern downfield. Connor would have had a first down.
He's 5'4". If he just would have been 5'5", he would have caught it.
Oh, but you got to admire Christian Schabel, who was in trouble being chased
Fran
around
Tarkenton.
by a couple of red jerseys. That was a Fran
Doug
Tarkenton move, wasn't it?
Flutie, Drew Brees,
Oh, man,
Johnny
oh, man.
Lujak.
He put the motor on, eluded tacklers, and got the ball off.
Christian Schabel. Yeah, he eluded at least 5 tacklers. That was a nice play. He's probably winded by now.
So 2nd down and 15.
Surprising there wasn't a flag on that play, too.
Schabel in the pistol. 2 wideouts. Schabel, delayed handoff, and that play went nowhere quick. There at the bottom of the pile to put a stop to that one was Mitchell Jaboni, the junior. And Shaboni stacks him up. No gain. It'll bring up a 3rd and 15. Schabel.
Shaboni. You're making this German into a Frenchman. Gibney. I'm going to say Gibney. You can say Shaboni.
Maybe it is Gibney.
Mitchell. I don't know.
You know, nobody. Now, the sports department assured me that there would be no difficult names to pronounce.
Shaboni.
You know.
No, that might be French.
You know, and then they throw in some difficult names, and I'm saying. I probably want it to be Shaboni. See what I mean? And you're right. It's Gibney,
and I say
Gibney, Shaboni, tomato.
When Mrs. Shaboni or Mrs. Gibney, whoever
we've really
is,
upset his parent. We've upset his parents, but we didn't mean to. That's right.
Yeah.
Delayed handoff around the left end. Tackle on the play. Underneath the pile there, a good stop there by Coy Anderson, the sophomore. And that will set up a 4th down for the Warriors. It will be 4th and a long 11 here. And there will be a punt on the play. And once again, they're letting their quarterbacks punt and proving that, punting is more difficult than it looks as the ball. That was actually
34.
Well, if you count it from the line of scrimmage, that was an 8-yard punt, Ken. That was an 8-yard punt, no return. And that will bring up another offensive visit by your Quakers. Yeah, this is a game where not everything's going real well for the Danville Warriors right now. It's going to be a long bus ride home to Danville.
Oh, my God, yes.
And ironically, if there's much traffic in Avon, it's going to be an annoying bus ride home for the Warriors.
Except for Pickens. Pickens had a hell of a game.
Pickens did a great job.
I'm going to give him a Lebowski. He was a dude.
Colin Nicewander. Good handoff. Good run up the middle. He's going to break it. And how about that?
Coy Anderson.
An excellent run from Coy Anderson.
No flag.
You got to feel great. Coy Anderson goes in as a reserve running back. Coy makes a very nice move, switches field, and ends up rambling for a 32-yard touchdown run, and he's very happy.
Wow. I tell you, Jay, if I was 52 years younger, I could probably have scored on that play.
You might have been. There was plenty of daylight there, opened up by that big offensive line. So even the Plainfield reserve line is pretty good. As they're trying out a new kicker, Plainfield put Andrew Burbridge in there. And I'm going to guess Andrew might be associated with one of our clients, Julia Burbridge and Bud Green from Remax Centerstone. So, Julia, I'm going to guess one of your relatives just kicked the extra point with Julia Burbridge and Bud Green from Remax Centerstone. You can consider it sold. As a team, Julia and Bud have over 20 years of combined commercial and residential sales experience. Their team effort has brought many large-scale commercial projects to Plainfield, and Julia is a continued leader in residential sales across the country. Call Julia today at 317-754-5057 and let her make your next home purchase or selling experience as stress-free as that extra point. Special thanks to the Niagara Bottling Company, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information on how they can work for you, please call 909-230-5000, extension 5912. The Niagara Bottling Company, that actually comes from Niagara Falls. A lot of people don't realize that.
I love Niagara Falls.
You got to hold the bottle just right, or you'll break your wrist. That's how fast the water goes in there.
I'm drinking some water from Aquafina.
Don't mention those guys. They didn't pay to get on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sabor Perfecto.
But we would like to thank the Plainfield High School Sports Department for taking good care of us here tonight.
Yes.
As we are here in the lavish press box high above Hendricks Regional Field, as the Quakers are prevailing in this contest 55-8. And Burbridge kicks off a nice long kick that comes down around the 10-yard line.
31. Wow. He's going to make the
30,
no,
the 40. He's good. Could go, might go, could go, might go. Oh, he was brought down.
31 had to be in on that. He chased him all over the field.
Yep.
Yeah, 31 got him.
Finally.
Yeah.
A tackle.
Tyler Dennison. But that was a long run.
A nice long run, and Danville will get their best field position to start, or actually best field position in this game. They will be at the Quaker 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
What do you think? Pickens? Or is Shable going to put it up?
Well, I think that they are leaving Shable in the game to give him some experience. Shable, who is a freshman. Shable is in the pistol. The handoff. That was Trevor Schubert, and he basically leaned forward into a forest of red jerseys. And Giboni, what do you think?
Giboney
made the tackle.
I like Giboni.
I like Giboni. I want it to be Giboni. You know, it's got a ring to it.
It does.
I'm from Elkhart. I mean, that sounds like a guy from Elkhart. If there wasn't a guy from Elkhart named Giboni, you'd want there to be a guy from Elkhart, because there was a very large Sicilian enclave in Elkhart, and you figure there's a guy named Giboni, and he loves pizza, and his dad likes pari-mutuel wagering. I mean, that's what you're figuring. That's what I'm figuring.
I'm amused.
I'm putting some different things together here.
You sure are.
I'm making a highlight reel for myself.
You are. You're from the near region.
I am. Christian Shable back in the pistol. He's going to pass. He's got time. He's been impressive with the pass.
Nice catch.
Very nice catch as he fed it through.
32.
Tight defense. And on the reception was Nick Hamilton, the junior. So this sets them up.
Yeah.
1st and goal. They'll be at the 5-yard line.
So Shable's a freshman. Logan Knotts is a sophomore. Those two quarterbacks. Wow.
And as you said, they've got some size on this Warrior squad. As Shable now 2 backs in the backfield. The handoff. Bounces it to the outside. He's going to run out of real estate and get forced out of bounds. Good defensive pressure on the play there. That was Hudson Nichols, a sophomore. And the handoff was to Trevor Schubert. Schubert was forced out of bounds.
I wonder if Hudson's related to Brady Nichols, the quarterback. Could be, huh? Or they're kissing cousins. Who knows? But that was a nice play by Hudson Nichols.
The handoff to Schubert, and Schubert's going to go into the end zone, and barring a penalty, that'll be another Warrior touchdown.
Double digits.
And the Warriors now just some 41 points away.
69 points total. Wow.
They're
going to go for 2 probably.
That has been the MO as Shable stays in the game to try and tack on 2 here as the Warriors trail 55-14. Shable goes empty backfield. Looks. Good throw and catch. And the 2-point conversion is good as he got the ball into Tanner Hubbard, the sophomore. Tanner's an inviting target, 6'1", 194 pounds. And the score is Plainfield 55, the visiting Warriors 16. The Beacon Sign Company specializes in local high school sport and event signage needs. This is their 12th year of supporting the Red Pride football program. They're located at 9305 East U.S. Highway 36 in Avon. Call 272-2388 for all your signage needs, or stop by Monday through Friday, 9 to 6. The 3 Pints Brew Pub is an excellent place for great food. They offer craft drink selections brewed on site. It features a family-friendly atmosphere and would make a great destination for your next dining experience. They're located at 5020 Cambridge Way in Plainfield. For more information about menu and drink selections, call 829-1000. They're open Sunday and Monday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Friday and Saturday nights, 11 a.m. to 12:30. Cary Digital is a full-service, state-of-the-art digital printing. From business cards to banners, they've been a multi-year provider of senior posters at the south end of the field. Their address is 2701 Fortune Circle East in Indianapolis. Open weekdays from 7 to 7. Call them directly at 317-227-5600. 800-220 for more information. Onside kick tried by Danville and covered up by the Quakers, and the Quakers will get the ball close to the midfield stripe with 3:48 left to play. 55-16 is the lead enjoyed by the Quakers at this stage of the game, as they are starting to platoon in some of their reserves here tonight, give them an opportunity to play. We did point out that one guy we'd kind of like to see, as you said, the loft pass as in the game.
Austin Hall
is Austin Hall, 6'6", 190 pounds.
That's good size.
And would be an inviting outside the shoulder pass target.
He's up top on the right.
And they're trying another quarterback out. That is Gabe Burkhart.
That makes sense. Nice Wonders had a good game. Don't get him hurt.
Well, we talked about Gabe Burkhart, who is usually lined up as a tight end. He's a senior, 6'4", 230 pounds. So Burkhart is a unless they have more than number 10s. Yeah, I'm going to guess they have more than one number. I'm going to guess that number 10 is from the JV squad. So they're trying out a third quarterback.
Yeah.
And I don't have, in fact, he doesn't have a regular game helmet on. So right now, Racer X is in at quarterback.
Oh, he's little. God, he's tiny.
Yeah.
It's definitely not Burkhart.
No. Racer X, Ken, if you didn't know, if you ever saw the cartoon Speed Racer, Racer X was Speed Racer's brother, only didn't know that it was his brother, and that's why they called him Racer X.
I have granddaughters. They don't let me watch stuff like that.
That was
I got to watch the little pink ponies.
That was an Asian cartoon that was translated poorly and often comically.
Ah. He's going back in. Racer X.
I'll do some speed racer imitations on the way home if you guys want to hear it, because it's A material all the way.
Okay.
So Racer X, our mystery man, but this does give you an idea of the fact that they are trying. They're trying some different players. There's a flag on the play, but he was able to get the ball off to, and he's going to stay on his feet, and he should go, almost all the way.
10-yard line.
That was Tyler Dennison, the senior, and Tyler was tripped up from behind, but that's going to come back. Unfortunately,
offensive lineman downfield.
Had an offensive lineman downfield, and so that will negate the long run there from Dennison. Tyler looked pretty good there.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure, they didn't provide us roster information. As you said, this particular quarterback definitely from the freshman squad.
He's really small. Let's say 5'4", maybe 125 pounds.
And in stark contrast to Brady Nichols, 6'4", 200 pounds, and Brady is a collegiate-sized quarterback, the senior. And, if you think about it tonight, Brady Nichols, the starter, had a great night tonight, and Colin Nicewander as well. So this bodes well, not only for this season, but also the future of the Quakers. This should be an outstanding season for them.
They're going to be competitive. I mean, their defense looks good. They got a lot of quickness. They got some kids that are pretty big inside.
Well, they have a large offensive line, and even their reserves
coached.
Are
just
certainly very big as well. And, yes, hats off to Brian Woodard and his squad here tonight, who they have executed the mistakes you could count on one hand, and they really have decimated this Warrior squad. 55-16, 2 minutes left to play. Delayed handoff.
Oh. Wow.
And once again, that was Coy Anderson with a nice game. Anderson, who scored a touchdown earlier in this quarter, gets the ball out past the 50-yard line. They'll spot it at the Warrior 48.
You have to give credit to the left side of the offensive line. There's a kid named Ernesto Mariscal, 73. He's only a sophomore. 6'5". They say he's 210. He looks a little bit bigger than that. He made a nice.
He's blasting some holes.
Yeah. This Mariscal kid, he's got potential.
I formation.
Good
Back
block.
to pass.
Good block by Mariscal.
And they get the ball off to a bit of an improvised screen there as they get the ball off to Coy Anderson. Anderson gets the ball inside the 45.
It's the third time they've thrown an inside screen in this game. Each one of the quarterbacks have thrown an inside screen, so that's something they're trying to perfect for some reason.
They are trying to work on that.
I think
You're
it's
right.
scary because if you tip it, all the defenders.
Yeah,
are
there's a
around it.
lot of traffic
So
on this.
You better get it right.
Now, it's kind of odd that some of the people would be leaving because this game is coming down to its exciting conclusion, Ken.
Well, I think the point spread. Never mind.
Yeah, the Warriors, as we said, are
It's 39, right?
going to be hanging their head just a little bit here tonight.
It's 39, and
So that was a turnover on downs, and now the Warriors will come out. 56.9 seconds. Presumably this will be their final offensive series as they are leaving Christian Schabel in, the
been throwing the ball.
freshman quarterback. He's got two backs in the backfield. Schabel with the handoff. Tries to find some running room outside. That is Trevor Schubert. Schubert, didn't he come from a long line of composers?
Schubert.
Ah.
Like the Colbert Report. Schubert.
You know, they say you should pay attention in school. I say, why? Really, why? As they get the ball just past the 50-yard line. I'm doing this stuff just to crack up Dan at this point. Schubert, once again, on the carry. Schubert's going to have first down yardage, but then quickly smashed backwards by the Plainfield defense. And as you said, they're subbing in some freshmen and sophomore players here. These guys are a bit on the small side. This is probably technically Plainfield's fourth team, wouldn't you say?
Plainfield's
14
whole team is out on the field.
14 seconds here.
They're just letting it run out.
They're going to let it run out. And that is going to be the conclusion of this football game.
Ooh.
Absolutely amazing display put on here tonight by your Plainfield Quakers. They were brutal to the visiting Danville Warriors. The Warriors gave them a scare a year ago, but the Warriors were not scary to anyone tonight as they go down by a score of 55-16. We'd like to thank our sponsors here tonight that helped make this game a distinct possibility on audiosportsonline.com. We'd like to thank Hendricks County Flyer, Roads and Kinley LLP, Copico Office Solutions, American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency Incorporated, Wicker Construction, Julia Burbridge of Remax Centerstone, Niagara Bottling Company, Beacon Sign Company, Three Pints Brew Pub, Carey Digital, Jimmy John's, Dugan Chevrolet, Dugan Sports Performance, and the Coachman Restaurant and Lounge, BMO Harris, and the payroll department. Ken, this was the type of game I'm not sure that we expected what we saw here tonight. We knew going into this game that Plainfield had the potential to be really tough. They handled a very decisive victory here tonight, 55-16 on a hot, steamy night at the Plainfield Quakers home field.
Well, don't be surprised. Danville might come back next week and win their next game. I think Danville still has a decent team.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Ken, thanks for being here tonight. It was absolutely outstanding. Thanks again to Dan Wood for running the camera. And thank you, our Audio Sports online family. We'll be back with another exciting Friday night featuring your Plainfield Quakers. For the entire crew, this is Jay Baker saying, have a great evening.